Excuse me. It may be a little stinky.
The singer's already singed you?
Oh, yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, Two Coolest Dudes is back. And I know we had to take a little bit of a hiatus. Some of that was our fault. Some of that was the man's fault. We'll talk about that later. But we are here.
Yeah.
I am Mad Mike, and I'm here with...
The Hank, and we have a special guest today, Eric, and unfortunately...
E-Dub.
You are this dude's brother.
Yeah,
Yes.
I am. This is true.
Oh,
Yes. He's actually in my phone
God.
as me brother.
Yeah, I've
Yeah.
actually seen that.
But I usually call him E-Dub. What up, E-Dub?
Yo.
And then,
And
of
then we
course,
have our
in my phone.
fantastic, the one and only producer with the most... Wow.
Was probably.
Most likely.
He was. We are live. Thank you for tuning in. Two Clueless Dudes here on RadioVegas.Rocks.
Man, let me tell you, we've got so much to go over, and I know we don't have enough time, but a lot of crazy things that we're going to talk about today. Obviously, we've got History's Mysteries. We have some incredible news articles that come from all over the world, just to this, exclusively to this desk right here. Jeff DeField says, "What's up, dudes?" Well, us. I'm up. And
That's
we've had
right.
some interesting medical things that have happened.
Yeah, we're going to talk about
We're going
that.
to talk about
Medical
that. And
Yay,
we're going to get
medical
into some
things.
video game news, too.
Oh,
yeah.
video
So-
games.
I
I
know
love
some.
video
We
games.
got
I'm
a
a
lot
gamer
going
here.
on.
In
But-
medical games?
We need to go over. Okay, so let's go over what happened last week. There was a bit of a miscommunication. It's really our fault.
Yeah.
Because
I think we oopsed it. We wanted to see
yeah.
if our listeners and or viewers were interested in switching and
Us
so,
to an earlier time slot. We were looking
right,
to do
from
5
same
to
day,
7.
Same day.
Yeah.
Just 2 hours earlier. And we discussed it with the boss, and it became we went to 5 o'clock, even though we
got a very ultimate and resounding no from our fan base.
yes.
They did not want us to move slots, but we had already kind of started talking about it and kind of set the wheels in motion, and then I think it just kept chugging along. So we accidentally got the wrong time slot last week. So we just opted to just kind of move away.
We're
with that.
sorry.
Oh, actually, that
We're
was the
sorry.
week before, and then
No, that was last
you
week.
got
Yeah, that was
and
last week.
Yeah.
Didn't you get sick?
Yeah.
That was the week before.
That was the
That
week
was the
before. You
before.
got sick, so you blew it.
So
Yeah.
I did.
And you almost blew it. You almost blew it today.
I did.
What
I
are you
did.
doing?
I
Getting
actually
sick all-
I did. Listen, here's the thing. I don't normally get colds. I and Mad Mike has lost his headset. I'm not prone to getting sick, but I do get sinus infections, and I was starting to get a sinus infection, and I couldn't tell the difference whether or not it was a cold.
Excuse me.
So I didn't want to come to the station and possibly get everybody else sick. So that's why we didn't have a show the week before.
Let's talk about why we almost didn't have a show today.
So
this is important. Public
yeah.
service announcement, folks.
So
Kill him. Damn near wrecked him.
in
What
the
happened?
rectum. Okay, so I was I had a procedure done today.
Do you have the glutes?
Well, my glutes were used.
Oh, they were
Yeah,
used.
they were used to squeeze.
Was it the butt camera thing?
It was the
Oh,
butt
yeah.
camera. Now, the cool thing about why a 38-year-old man needs to go get a colonoscopy. Okay,
Oh, God.
a year ago,
Important.
yeah, it's important. Hey, it's natural, right?
Safety first, then teamwork.
Yeah, safety first. So use gloves and condoms. So I was diagnosed with complicated. Why is it funny? It's a
'Cause
thing.
he started with
I
that.
was about to say
It's a
you
thing.
took the L out of colon, but then I realized that is coon, and that's maybe a little offensively racist. Continue.
So you decided to say it.
I said it anyway.
All right. Anyhow, where in the hell was I?
Why?
Because you hit me with the coon thing,
You're
and I'm
diagnosed.
done. Oh, so I was diagnosed with complicated diverticulitis with perforation. Basically, at any time I could shit my body. So as you could tell, it was a serious thing. So last October, I went through the procedure, and they removed that part. And today was my 1 year
Said they took the L
follow-up
out of the colon.
to
So
make for sure that all was mended.
it's your fresh colon's 1 year anniversary.
My surgeon
Yeah.
was so happy with his work. He
It
said
looked
that
great,
I
man.
was boring, and I was there.
boring
I
colon's the
even
best.
showed up early. You can ask my fiance. I showed up early to show my ass.
So you're here because you're extra healthy.
And he
Super.
pre-Vaselined. I think that's how we got through it so fast.
Yeah.
Oh,
Did the
you
doctor
got it.
stitch his initials in your glute?
They
Was
they,
that
signature.
good?
they,
Signature
figure
there?
that they will eventually work their way out.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's why, and I very easily could have stayed home tonight and been probably okay, but I wanted to be here with my people and all of our viewers and watchers.
I love this idea of the doctor signing his work in there, like
That'd be cool.
lasering a little signature.
Yeah, or like
Yeah.
a stamp maybe.
Yeah.
I even have these really
Little
cool
seal of
pictures.
approval.
Yeah.
I was gonna bring them just so everybody could
Oh.
see.
Yeah, pictures of
This
the
is the
inside
best
of you.
part. This is the best part about
I'm
this whole
interested.
thing. I forgot. This man actually has a legitimate tramp stamp. So the whole time he's getting it up the rear, he actually has a little like it's okay symbol.
But it's a gargoyle.
this?
It's a gargoyle, so it's protecting my ass.
It's a gargoyle
Yeah.
because he's stoned.
It's a sentry.
Hey!
Sentry over the cave.
Oh, fuck you.
So okay,
Okay, well, congrats to your colon.
You're a real jerk. I was good with everything until you went tramp stamp.
I know. Yeah. Somebody's got to say it. Somebody's got to say it.
Can I have a sip of your Red Bull?
What?
Hell yeah, let's get some mono, bro.
Yeah, dude.
Some on.
I'd
Yeah,
take
that's
your
been going
mono
around the
any
NFL lately,
day.
hasn't
What?
it?
Cheers.
Cheers. There you go.
I'd take your mono any day. It's the best.
Mono.
Oh.
Oh, I actually do
How
have
is that
mono.
mono?
So
It's like the opposite of beer. That's what I feel like right now. A little flick in the third eye.
I can help you. I got one extra. They were 2 for $3.
Nah, because it's like a commitment. The rest of the night, I gotta like maintain then. So, because then you get like an early hangover. You know what I'm saying?
No, I mean, it's just one. It's a social thing.
Just tape it to your hand.
Yeah, that's the problem I have with beer though. When I have just one, it has to continue until I sleep, or it's like headachy and grumpy time.
Oh, no.
I get like an early hangover.
Oh, that's
Hey,
nice.
Yeah.
Well, then you should
It's not
drink.
fun.
You should drink whiskey then.
I don't
So-
have
What?
midday alcohol genes. I just don't have the genes for it.
Me neither. But
You can probably get those at Kohl's.
I will say this: Halloween was yesterday, of course.
It was a failure.
Yeah, you only
Halloween
had like 8
was
kids,
a
right?
failure at my house. It was so disappointing.
Oh, kids don't go to normal houses anymore.
Eight.
Only when it's like a special neighborhood.
only
Mad
eight
Mike
kids?
had like
40.
48 or 50 or
Yeah,
something.
he lives in
Yeah.
a nice area for
Well,
that.
oh,
It
what's
looks like
interesting is the year before we only
So
had like 4 or
disappointing.
5.
but it's a brand new
you
neighborhood
came to
too.
my
right?
house the year before that.
Yeah, because like there was nobody.
So what were you? Why did you only have 8 kids that come to your house?
Bro,
Did
you
do
got
something?
me. I
You had
don't- I don't
neighbors
know.
with their porch lights off.
I
That's
bring
why.
this up because somebody that's a very famous politician did something very interesting on Halloween. Are you familiar with Ron Paul?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Ron
yeah,
Paul.
yeah,
Yeah, he's run for president basically every election since the dawn of time.
Yes, that's him.
So Lake Jackson, okay. Sometimes adults will jump out and scare you, and scare children with creepy costumes or presentations on climate change. But former representative and presidential candidate Ron Paul came up with a new tactic to frighten trick-or-treaters: jumping out and lecturing them on the ballooning national debt. It is true. This really happened. As the first trick-or-treaters rang his doorbell for the evening, Paul leaped from the front door and cried out, "The national debt is rapidly approaching 23 trillion!" The kids froze in fright, their candy bags extended, their eyes wide in terror. This has at least 3 dire effects on the country: higher taxes, a weaker U.S. dollar, a cycle of increased borrowing to make up for the expanding deficit. You see, the Fed is an unregulated bureau, blah, 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 blah. Finally, the kids found their voices and used them to scream, scrambling to escape Ron Paul's front porch. But he continues. As the size of the debt increases and the interest rates increase, the amount we pay for interest on the national debt will increase by hundreds of billions of dollars. And who will get billed for that? The U.S. taxpayer. He kept calling out as the kids ran down the block in terror. Don't say I didn't warn you! This is what he screamed as, and then he realized that they forgot the candy, which is unfortunate. He forgot to give him the candy, but.
What kind of candy did he have, did it say?
Skylar says he got loads of candy. What's up, Skylar? Sky
up?
Guy. You used to work with my bro.
Oh,
Nice,
Skylar.
Yeah, what up, Sky Guy? So
Sounds like
that,
a
I thought that was
Mario
kind of
Brothers
interesting.
character.
I thought that was kind of interesting that is actually something that really happened. And if we're gonna stay on the topic of presidents, we might as well talk about our current president. And I think this is this is important because Disney Plus is getting ready to be released.
Yes.
They're getting ready to end the Star Wars trilogy. The Mandalorian is coming out. A lot of great Star Wars things are happening. Well, President Trump took note, okay, which is fantastic. In Washington, D.C., this happened last week. Trump has awarded galactic hero Chewbacca his long-awaited Medal of Bravery for his performance in the Battle of Yavin.
That's good.
So happy he has time to do that.
Well, what's interesting is the Wookiee has been snubbed by other presidents who turned him down for the award despite being nominated numerous times.
It's because he wasn't female.
American hero, Trump tweeted, along with his best pick allegedly showing the ceremony. Best walking carpet, maybe ever, is what he said. But not so fast, said some fact checkers. Snopes, the New York Times, and dozens of other unbiased, austere truth tellers immediately debunked the image, pointing out that the Wookiee could not have been presented with the medal since Wookiees are not real. They also sourced charts of the universe, but could not locate the gas giant Yavin or its fourth moon, suggesting that such a place may not exist. They continue on by saying, we contacted the White House, but no one has been able to provide historical evidence that the Battle of Yavin actually occurred, wrote one CNN journalist. Also, we have traced the original image to the 1977 film Star Wars, and it appears that the entire thing may have been doctored. Trump later fessed up that he was just having some fun. The court has ruled that having fun is an impeachable offense.
The article writers had to do
Agreed.
all that research just to discover it was a Star Wars character. They had to work all the way around.
Yeah, unbelievable.
Look up the planets and the lore. Like, wait a minute, this matches a known character in
Unbelievable.
a fictional universe.
I thought he was a widow.
Well, I was really happy for Chewbacca there for a minute. He deserved that medal.
I mean, he just
Plus
passed
his
away.
family.
I don't know how he
Yeah,
was-
he did.
Chewbacca just
Peter
died.
Mayhew did die.
I don't know how he was going to claim it. Didn't
man.
he get crushed by a moon? Didn't that happen?
Chewbacca?
Yeah.
He does die, but I forget how. It might be from a
I
moon. I
thought
don't
he
know.
died from get crushed.
In the
like
he dies
died
in one of
screaming,
the
getting crushed by a moon.
he dies in one of the novels.
Yeah,
Actually, he's the
no, it was
first
in a
Star
book.
Wars character to actually die in one of the novels. You didn't know that, did you? And the novel was written by R.A. Salvatore. That's how I know.
I'm still spooked by those Ron Paul numbers. Didn't large numbers terrify you as a kid? When you hear like a
did.
really large number,
I
like,
couldn't.
that's haunting.
Can you show the universe your shirt?
Yeah,
Oh.
as he's
You
wearing.
can show
No nipples on
your
Twitch,
genitalia to me later. But Mad
Yeah.
Mike is wearing a Thanos
That's good.
20 shirt.
Yeah,
It says,
2020.
"Make the universe
He's got my
great
vote.
again." And if you vote for Thanos in 20, you will be voting for more jobs, more food, more standards. It looks like less crime, less pollution, fewer conflicts.
Come on now.
He's got my vote.
Yeah, I mean, what a great platform
he's-
to run on.
Yeah, it's a super cool shirt.
Yeah, what a great platform to run on. So now that we've covered politics, we can get off of that shit. Nobody likes politics. Nobody. Even politicians don't like it.
Oh,
So-
yes, they do.
But let's jump into what time is it? All right, let's
good.
Let's jump into some video game knowledge.
Oh, okay.
Let's
Okay.
drop some video game knowledge. So,
So, Eric,
some things have happened with Bethesda. Bethesda is the
Bethesda's
maker
always
of
been-
Fallout 4, right? And they've also done Skyrim. Now, they just got in trouble for basically taking over the same model as another company,
But
right?
oh well, I mean, of course they're whatever crazy. The one thing that they're in trouble for is for their new game 76, which
Right, which and
What do you
tell
mean?
us what
Yeah,
happened.
You're
yeah.
talking about the new Fallout, right?
yeah. Have you played it?
I actually played Fallout 4 and wasn't impressed, so I decided not to spend my money.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean,
Smart.
they came out with this new game. Essentially, it was Fallout themed. 76 meant for like, of course, like people to be like more like an online type of game.
Yeah, I heard it's
It's terrible. It's
much
absolutely bad.
broader. Like it was more open world or whatever.
Well, no, it was the same world, but I mean, it was just a very bad game. Had a lot of bugs in it.
But the issue was
no
that they
NPCs,
said that it
all
was
that kind
going
of
to
stuff.
be
Well, yeah. Well, as the game has been sinking for a while,
right.
they actually started to come out with like $100 monthly or $100 a year subscription fee for
failing video
76
game.
for failing video.
And
games.
what do
It's
you
pretty
get
bad.
with that?
It's pretty much like the opposite. You get like $16 worth of in-game currency. You get like a box that
Of skins,
you get
right?
you get a box.
So you get skins.
Well, you get a box inside your world
You can
They
put
used
stuff
to
in
hide
the
stuff.
box.
You
that you
hold
can
stuff.
put stuff in. It's like supposed to be
Like
like,
a
this unlimited
stash.
storage, but it actually destroys your stuff as you put it in. It's like bugged out.
Yeah, they found
really-
out that it was actually deleting people's
no.
stash. So
Oh
they
my god.
you pay this money so you could have the stash because you could only hold so much in
Yeah.
the game. This breaks that so you could hold like an infinite amount, but it deletes everything you put in there. And then on top of it, the whole thing was you're supposed to be able to have access to a private server. So the
right.
issue is all the
Private
servers are
servers.
shared. So you could hop into a server
It
and
was like a timeshare.
try to do like a quest, but the quest
Pretty
will
much
have
what it
already been completed. All the enemies already killed.
So
back
that's
out
the
gone.
That's like used up.
That's
Right.
terrible.
So they were like, well, we're going to do these private servers. Problem is, they only released X amount of private servers and then
And then they're
time
full.
shared them to everybody. They released
Yeah,
them to everyone.
there's only so many they have that they rotate.
So the exact same thing is still happening. You could walk into one and everyone's dead because somebody else just hopped off your timeshare.
It's pretty bad.
Wow.
I mean, but yeah, and then they're trying to charge like either a $14 a month or a $100 subscription for a year.
Seisha is very excited. She says, woohoo, video games. And Michael Duber, the Dubinator,
Dubes.
Dark Fate, the Dubinator Dark Fate. He says, what's up? He says, oh, look, it's Waz.
It is Waz.
It's true.
It is Waz.
So I don't see how any of
Sexy.
this
Waz
that they're-
going on. Waz going on.
what they're offering is not worth more than Hulu.
Oh,
Yes,
Oh,
I
yeah.
mean there's a ton of stuff. I mean, can you imagine? Like, you think of like what would you rather have? Like Netflix, unlimited streaming service.
For the same price.
Xbox One Pass, which you can have pretty
Yeah,
much
Game Pass.
most of the games
Yeah,
day
like
one,
3/4.
or pay for Fallout 76,
Right.
a dying game.
Does it take place in 1976?
No,
It's-
that's just the name of the place that it.
The shelter that
first
you
vault
belong
that
to, yeah.
opened up. It's supposed to be like an origin story to the
Aw,
predecessor.
see,
to
I
the
thought
It's
it-
Fallouts.
not even a period piece.
They're like the
What is
first
it?
really.
people
They
that.
got me.
So lame.
It's a very bad game. Don't.
I thought
don't
there was
even
gonna
take
be
a look
like
at it. But they're not the only one in trouble.
muscle cars
They're
and
not-
stuff.
So there's somebody else in trouble.
Well,
I was
yeah, there's,
expecting,
like,
like-
When you
there's
say
actually
trouble,
multiple
what do you
companies
mean,
in trouble, but
What do you mean trouble? Are you saying that because this company is providing a failed service
no.
that
Last
people
time I
have to
checked,
pay
it was
for, and they've got in trouble for that, or what are they?
Okay, they did get in trouble for it because they told everyone that the game was going to be free.
Well, no, yeah, I was talking about another. The other company that's also in trouble is Ubisoft.
Oh, Ubisoft.
There's, I
Oh.
mean,
What do you got to say about Ubisoft?
So
well-
what are they known for? What are they famous for?
well, of course, Assassin's
Oh,
Creed,
Far Cry.
Far Cry.
Lemmings?
I mean, come on, man.
Lemmings.
Oh.
Sorry.
Rocksmith.
Rux. Well, they're actually, I mean, their stocks dropped like 94% in the last couple
Oh,
of weeks.
Rayman. They did Rayman back
Yeah,
in the day.
they buried Rayman.
Yeah.
That's what
So
they did.
sad.
They buried Rayman. But
Oh, the Division. You want to talk about one of the worst games?
And that's
You-
Ubisoft, right?
that's Ubisoft.
Yeah, it is Ubisoft.
Recently, a Division 2 was a complete failure.
And what did they just
Well, no,
release?
no. Let's not even go there yet. Let's talk about Division 1.
Well, yeah, Division 1
Because Division 1, the very first, was supposed to come out said date, and then it missed its mark, so they gave it another year. and then it missed its mark, so they gave it 2 more years. And then they showed all the cool stuff that you could do, all the snow. If you say Woz
That kind of
wasn't
snow?
exactly
Yeah,
say Woz wasn't
boats and
playing,
hose.
you know, and he was at work and he was on his break, he could hop on his phone and he could be like a drone and all this other good stuff, and he could be like, yeah, he's right over there. I'm going to light him up, and it'll show a laser beam.
They had a lot of cool stuff that they didn't
All
put
of
in the
that
game,
stuff
of
got
course.
removed. All of it. When Division came out, it was just a shooter. That's all it was. It was nothing
A
special.
looter shooter, and it was a very bad one. It had a lot of
It
bugs.
was really bad.
They came out with a Division 2 recently, and it didn't meet expectations. The game was okay, but it wasn't like the game. The game that
So
ultimately failed hard was the Ghost Recon game that came out.
Breakpoint, right?
Breakpoint.
Man, I don't know.
So it turns out that all these games have in common is the engine that they use and the world, right?
Well, yeah,
They all use
they're
the
all
same,
the same.
basically the same mechanics.
They deemed that Ghost Recon was too much like their other IPs, like
all the
Assassin's
others?
Creed, Division.
I mean, I get that. I'm an Assassin's
Oh,
Creed fan, but
they-
you know, it really is kind of the same.
But because
thing.
it
Black Flag
failed
was
so
different
bad-
because it was a ocean
Well,
game.
yeah.
But
Black
other
Flag
than
was good.
that, you know, it really kind of Assassin's Creed is an Assassin's Creed game.
Right, yeah. Well, because it failed so bad, they've actually delayed all of their games this moving forward. Like everyone that's supposed to be coming out.
Well, and
Their
one of the
stocks
things
dropped
they did was
94%. in the
it
last
turns
couple of
out
weeks.
so
Really bad.
Well, something
you could play the
94%.
game,
There's something
or
big.
you could pay and get everything in the game just by paying. So you don't even have to
Yeah.
play the game. You could pay to level up your character, get all the gear, everything. So
Yes.
and the AI is so stupid. Sometimes it just walks around in circles.
Yeah, it was pretty bad. I saw some gameplay and it looked absolutely terrible. I mean, the people that
Brandy wants to know if you're drinking a Miller High Life.
The champagne of beers.
He is.
Champagne.
However, I will let you know, Brandy, that when he bought it and he offered one to Waz, he said it was Michelob Ultra.
I did.
It's true.
I don't even like that shit. That's what the wife drinks.
There's
I
a
can't drink
third-
that. That's gross.
There's a third
But is it like
game
Boom
controversy
Farm?
that I thought you were going to bring up.
Well, yeah, there's
Boone's
then
Farm.
we're getting into what I like to call the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse. Okay, we've just mentioned 2 of them.
Yeah, Bethesda and
Ubisoft.
Ubisoft.
And unfortunately, that Ubisoft's there because they actually made a lot
I
of really
really
great
like
stuff.
I really like some of their stuff though. Far Cry. I'm
They're-
a Far Cry.
they're not the same
I have
anymore,
them
man.
all. I will sit and play Far Cry 5 just for shits and giggles. It's an amazing game.
Well, the next
False
game,
advertisement. That's right.
Activision/Blizzard. They actually are the same company. I don't know if you guys know this.
I don't know.
Yeah, Act a Lizard.
Activision.
Is
Yeah.
this
so,
a-
so
this
the
is a
same guys
more
that do Call of
recent-
Duty, and oh yeah, this
This
is
is the Hong
they
Kong
do-
protest, right?
Yeah.
This is a Hong
Dia-
Kong protest.
Yes.
Diablo, Activision. So the Hong Kong protest is involved in this?
Diablo.
Yeah, you
Well-
explain. You explain.
Well,
So if that's Diablo, can I interject? If so, Diablo is, but that's Blizzard.
well, do you know all the Blizzard
Blizz-
stuff that does? Blizzard does Overwatch, Hearthstone,
Blizzard and Activision
StarCraft.
are the same company.
and then the people of Call of Duty owns.
Blizzard bought Activision, right? Not the
No,
other way.
Activision bought Blizzard.
Okay.
But
But Blizzard's kind of like trash, though, isn't it? Like,
Blizzard?
Don't they have like?
they had
a
some of the
lot
best
of-
games that
They've
were coming
had
out
some
for
of
the
the-
longest time.
They
I
had
mean, they were
the most
the
successful
gatekeepers.
MMO ever. with
For sure.
World of
World of
Warcraft.
Warcraft,
Yeah.
And then, of course, StarCraft.
one of the best RTSs.
Warcraft.
Yeah.
The
Diablo.
definitely pedigree.
Yeah, they had really good
Well,
stuff.
Diablo, but like
They're
my
actually
problem-
owned by
Overwatch.
by China, by like a lot, by like
Well,
a
I
huge
mean,
margin.
Everything is owned by
Tencent.
China, though.
So if you even knew Tencent is like a huge like company in China, and they own a good I think it's like 60% of the company, something like that, a huge margin of it. So due to recently with the whole Hong Kong thing, I don't know if you know what's been going down with Hong Kong.
No.
They want to be a free city and all the terrible stuff that's happening
Yeah,
over
people
there.
are protesting
Yeah.
China trying to enforce a law where people that break a Chinese law in Hong Kong can be extradited to China to be punished.
Oh, wow.
A lot of
And
terrible stuff.
Hong Kong's protesting this in the streets, like as we speak.
I thought they just wanted half-price dim sum.
Well, that's part of it.
I was
when the
way
dim
off.
sum goes up, the people go outdoors.
That's
and
true.
they get riled up.
They protest. Power
So-
of the people.
I love
So,
dim sum.
and-
Have you ever
and
had dim sum?
Because of what's going on in China, one of the winners of a Hearthstone tournament actually said, free Hong Kong during their live stream or after he won, and they banned him.
And they stripped him of his win.
Not only did they ban him, but they fired the 2 commentators that were there interviewing him.
Whoa.
They fired everybody, and it was like that, and it was a huge big deal. Blizzard had to pretty much comply because they're
owned by.
They've been trying to get into China so much. They've screwed Diablo by making Diablo
That's what I wanted to
Immortals.
talk
They've
about.
done so much stuff. Just right now, we're talking. BlizzCon's happening. I don't even know that.
Right,
No,
yes.
I did not know that.
Because they just announced Diablo 4.
How many
Right.
people are dressed as Winnie
So
the
they
Pooh
did
at
address-
BlizzCon
Right,
now?
dude, seriously.
Did you see the Facebook event? Go to BlizzCon dressed as Winnie the Pooh. They can't ban us all.
Right.
You guys know the thing behind that?
No.
That's so good.
anyone that mentions even that the president of China doesn't look like Winnie the Pooh,
That's right.
and you're
Yep.
bringing it up, and you're banned in the country of China.
Yes.
Yep.
Courtney, what up, buddy?
PewDiePie was recently
What up?
banned. So YouTube was already banned in China, but PewDiePie,
YouTube is banned in China?
Well, you can't access YouTube from China without a VPN.
Whoa.
But PewDiePie was stripped of all SEO in China,
Yeah.
where you can't
He's
even acknowledge that he exists in China.
Wow.
Now, just for looking at some memes of the Chinese president looking
You're
like
done.
Winnie the Pooh. Yeah.
It's pretty bad. I mean, and right now everybody that's pretty much watching Blizzard is in BlizzCon right now is like waiting for them to fuck up somewhat, because it'll happen. I mean, there's been protesters out there, all kinds of stuff like that.
So they officially?
I don't know if they've actually
Announced
finished
Diablo?
officially. When
Yeah.
I go back and check out,
I saw an article.
Okay.
They did
'Cause I
officially
mean, that was
announce
one
that
of
they're going to do
the.
But-
I've been waiting a long time.
But they
for
said
some
that they did
Diablo.
it in a desperate attempt to try to
So it's gonna be trash.
release
All right,
something.
great.
Yeah, video games aren't ever released finished anymore.
I know.
it's
You know
so
what?
bad.
They're
Really,
really
the
not.
Diablo 3 wasn't that
You
great.
you can buy the
What happened to the Sonic the
alphas
Hedgehog
and the
days,
betas
you know?
and all that good stuff. You could buy the cheap version of the game, and then all of a sudden it hits, and you just like PUBG, and now it sells for $30 or whatever.
You have to wait for the first month or two of updates before it runs without bugs anymore.
Yeah. And then they
So
still don't
really-
give you a complete game.
Yeah,
Then they do
right.
what's called Game Pass or a Season Pass.
Right,
Where
yeah,
they
totally.
give more parts of the game over.
And
Come on.
And of course, EA does his EA, and that leads to my Four Horsemen of the Apocalypse.
And EA is the fourth
EA is the
one.
fourth one.
I hate.
They do
EA.
so much
It's in the
terrible
game.
stuff. You can't even.
It is
Their
all
logo's
up
not
in the
that
game.
anymore.
Bro,
Look,
nothing
it's not
nothing
even
made
no-
me more angry than when they re-released Battlefront, the Star Wars game, and it looked
It was trash.
so beautiful, and it was
And
so
we bought
damn
that.
basic.
We bought that
Yeah.
with Ricky as well.
And the biggest problem was because they had so many microtransaction.
Yes.
Yeah.
You came into the game and people already had one-shot weapons.
Disney
Yes.
sold exclusively the rights to Star Wars.
Yeah, it was
Which
pretty
was
ridiculous.
for
awful.
video games.
Yeah, it was a terrible
It's
idea.
a terrible idea, and they're still paying for it. That's
So-
why they're in the Fourth Horseman.
So I want to hear more
dude, I
about
hate
this EA controversy.
Oh, what do you want to know? EA,
They got so
EA
much.
doesn't
I mean,
work
what?
on their
Because
stuff.
I remember all the loot box issues.
They're still
they're still
fighting it in UK, and it's not going the way that everybody wants it to go.
Oh, because we
Right.
don't
A
want
lot of
children to
throwing money
gamble.
away.
Let's get
Terrible.
children a gambling addiction.
And that's what it is, right? Yeah.
But I
It's
mean, this
basically
kind
gambling
of
for
brings me
kids.
to my lighter point. There's a bright side to all of this. Even though the Four Horsemen are riding out, destroying
games?
video games, there's tons of games out there that are actually out
Yeah.
there that are just as good.
Like
For
what?
example, Outer Worlds.
Oh, okay.
That's
Bethesda
Oblivion,
is
right?
obsolete, and you no longer have to play a single Bethesda game any longer because Outer Worlds is actually a phenomenal game.
Yeah. That's
I've-
Oblivion? Right?
Yeah, Obsidian.
Oh, Obsidian.
They're the same guys that produced and made the first Fallout and Fallout New Vegas.
Yeah, which were great games.
Bethesda actually inherited that IP by buying things, but of course they didn't start out making Fallout. I don't know if you know that.
All right, well,
No.
we're gonna pay some bills real quick. It's time for us to introduce you to some of our most favored sponsors of all time of Everdom, and they are whatever buttons he pushes. We'll be back.
That's the sound most people make when they leave Pinches Tacos. Why is that? Because Pinches Tacos prides themselves in making every location unique, but give every location the same feel. I'm not talking cookie cutters like those big chain restaurants. They blend into your neighborhood and create a place you want to call your second home. Their doors are always open. Well, at least until 11 o'clock. Their mission is simple. They provide you the best taco experience by using high-quality meats and seafood, fresh garden vegetables, handmade tortillas, and high-quality artisan breads. They could have made it complicated, but they chose not to. Why? Because they found through experience that keeping things simple is a good recipe for success and happiness. It's also a good recipe for a pretty tasty pinches taco.
According to Spanish language Stack Exchange, we always use it as an insult enhancer and can turn almost any curse word into a really rude one. Pinche pendejo, pendeja equals asshole.
Now they have 6 locations, 2 right here in Las Vegas. Come in, find out why we love them so much. Check them out on Facebook or visit the website, pinchestacos.com, for a location nearest you.
This is an urgent health notice for all residents suffering from back, neck, knee, and wrist pain. You may qualify for a pain-relieving brace at little or no cost to you, but the deadline is fast approaching. Simply call the Health Alert Hotline now.
You heard right. You may qualify for a pain-relieving back, neck, knee, or wrist brace. These items may even be covered by Medicare or your private insurance. The Health Alert Hotline is your brace company. These specialized braces have been tested for pain relief. Call us toll-free right now to determine your eligibility and to learn how to use your private insurance or Medicare to minimize your out-of-pocket cost. Don't wait. If the deadline passes, you may lose your opportunity to get a pain-relieving back, neck, knee, or wrist brace at little or no cost to you.
800-238-4840. 800-238-4840. 800-238-4840. That's 800-238-4840.
Be sure to get your mix of music. Listen to us with the RadioVegas.Rocks app available at the App Store. And check out our VIP card, interact with us in our chat room, and scheduling of our RadioVegas.Rocks shows, plus podcasts. It's all available on RadioVegas.Rocks app.
No?
What is Jesse Ray's Barbecue? Well, it's a tiny, unassuming place with a modest menu of platters, sandwiches, and house-made sauces. Located at 5611 South Valley View. By the smell alone, you're going to know you're in the right place. Come try the award-winning slow-smoked ribs, chicken, pulled pork, hot links, and brisket. The sauce is also something to talk about, as you will want to eat it with every bite. Here's a tip. Their sauces are available for purchase. When people ask you, how do you like Jesse Ray's Barbecue? You'll say, like most people I know, I don't like it, I love it. Jesse Ray's Barbecue is 100% legit. Stop on by for a meal that will satisfy your barbecue-loving lips. Mention RadioVegas.Rocks for 10% off your order. Jesse Ray's, located at 5611 South Valley View on the corner of Valley View and Russell. Come in, take a bite, find out why they're so award-winning.
Hide your strap-ons, put away your biscuits, and get ready for the ride of your life. It's time for free candy in the van of comedy. It's time for Two Clueless Dudes.
All right, welcome back to Two Clueless Dudes. We are having a little bit of technical difficulty, but that's just because Mike doesn't know how to use headphones.
Nah, we're fine.
We're good.
Don't tell him. Don't give him our inside secrets.
We're good at nice things, man. Dude, those things were fine when we came in here.
Oh my gosh, we need help. Oh my gosh,
Those were fine when we came in here.
Yeah, everything was cool. Everything is cool. Mikey, you good?
Thank you. Thank you.
All right.
I'm good. All right.
I love that people are cheering about it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Those people have a good attitude.
So, interesting band news.
Oh.
Band?
About
Yes.
bands?
Breaking Benjamin.
Rubber bands?
No. For
Gastric
the first
bands?
time in a long time, there is talk that there will be a reunion.
Oh my goodness, I know what you're gonna say. I'm
Alvin and the
excited.
Chipmunks. So
Of
excited
Rage
about
Against
it.
the Machine.
No, no Alvin and the Chipmunks.
Rage Against the Machine.
Rage, baby.
Didn't they say that they were going to do that like
Rage.
They did. They
Last
said it
year?
like a lot of
I was
times.
gonna say, I think they
The
said
year
it
before
several
that?
times.
But they're not the only
But
ones
they're the
saying they're
ones-
coming out back. They're already scheduled to do a show
Audio Speedwagon?
in 2020. Is
Probably
it?
my favorite Speedwagon. There's no better Speedwagon.
There is no other way. I just like their cream filling. So, My Chemical Romance has also said they're coming back for
Really?
2020. They're going to do a reunion show, which is interesting. And he's apparently they're getting together to perform 2 songs, covers for the next Umbrella Academy.
Oh, okay.
They're
They're doing another one. I thought he lost his Netflix deal. That's why he's coming back.
They're doing a remake of Hazy Shades of Winter by Simon and Garfunkel,
Oh God.
also redone by the Bangles.
Don't say, oh God. You don't like Simon and Garfunkel?
No, I'm saying is like, didn't Disturbed just do a cover of Simon Garfunkel? Just
No,
like,
they did,
they did
Sounds of Silence, which
Yeah.
is also Simon and Garfunkel.
That's what I'm saying.
Dude, Simon and Garfunkel made like some of the most amazing music that you
I was
never
gonna
knew
say,
about.
They're
crazy.
fantastic. Well, they made a lot of music that you do know about too.
That's true.
And they're absolutely fantastic at it. I wish they could have continued their relationship.
That's true. So I'm going to take
Paul
it that
Simon,
you
though.
have.
Well, yeah.
Oh, dude, Paul Simon. He got
I mean,
shot.
he's legit.
Really?
Yeah,
Yeah,
just
he
took
did.
somebody
it?
shot him.
Yeah, he got shot.
Crazy? Somebody tried to kill Paul Simon,
Who does that?
right? It was Yoko. Okay, so go ahead and let's get into History's Mysteries, huh? What you got?
Oh God.
History's mysteries.
Can you milk me?
Like that $20 you say I owe you.
That's right.
The milking, though.
1888, National Geographic published its first magazine.
Was it have nudies in it? It had nudies.
Guess what colorful picture was featured on the cover of Volume 1, Number 1?
My grandma.
I'm gonna guess big old flappies from Africa.
There wasn't. The first pick wasn't taken until 1861, but didn't become popular until 1960s. 1846, an earthquake struck Jamaica with a massive 8.6 magnitude. Unfortunately, 4,800 souls lost their lives in Port Royal. That's the pirate hub.
Like people couldn't find them.
I think.
Misplaced their souls.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that happens.
Well, like when the moon, and then you
Hit your eye
see 'em.
like a big pizza pie. That's amore.
They all
Clever.
got abducted by Disney.
Clever.
To make a deal with the devil.
That's right. You lose your soul.
2001.
Ooh, a space odyssey.
NATO-backed U.S. military strikes following the 9/11 attacks.
Oh, that's not right. That's not where I thought it was going.
Yeah.
That was in 2001.
In space.
Yeah.
In space.
No. You got an orange button.
In space.
2009, Stan Lee Day was declared by the county of L.A. and the city of Long Beach. 2009.
The longest
Cool.
of beaches.
Wow,
Stan
it is.
Lee Day.
Stan Lee Day.
And this week in 2009, that's legit.
There should be a Bruce Lee Day and a Chun Lee Day,
Just
and they
Lee.
should put them all together.
And a Bruce Leroy Day.
And
yeah,
Lee's,
Bruce
Shown
Lee.
up.
Lee's Potato Chips
But
Day.
he's not a real
Yes,
person.
and a General Lee.
That's
They should all have days all right next to each
Lees.
other.
it's subjective. He is on paper.
Oh, I'm talking about Lay's
Shown
Potato
up?
Chips. Never
He's
mind.
never. Well, I mean,
Shown up is on paper.
Show enough.
those glasses, man.
2016, Kim Kardashian was robbed at gunpoint, losing approximately $10 million worth of jewelry while in her hotel safely in Paris.
Yeah, isn't that crazy?
Safely.
Like,
I made that part up. Yeah, I put that in there. Yeah, I wouldn't say safely in Paris.
got robbed at gunpoint.
Robbed at
Don't
gunpoint.
open your hotel door randomly, I guess.
I guess randomly, who in the hell takes $10 million worth of jewelry anywhere?
That's just the walk-in jewelry. That's just
Yeah.
a flash
From
in the
Kardashian,
pan.
maybe.
Dang,
All
That's
right.
a lot. That's a lot.
1913, that fancy U.S. federal income tax came into law and signed by former Democratic President Woodrow Wilson at 1%.
WW.
Brought in that income tax.
Quadruple you.
Wow, that's when it started. Was 1913, huh? Boy, that was right before the Depression. 1913, right? That was
No,
getting
because
ready
there
to
was
hit
the
it.
Roaring '20s after that. So there was a huge economic boon through the '20s before the Depression.
Well, the
in the
well, the
30s.
Depression. Oh, was it the 30s?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
It was like mid.
And then we were pulled out of it by the war.
Yeah,
in
the
like
war is
the
what
40.
sorts out. Yeah. But
Don't
it
go
was-
by
it was
what we say
after-
though.
But it was
Thank God for war.
Please.
Wait.
Take my word for it.
Because supposedly the national park system and the jobs it created and the New Deal started to pull us out of a recession before the war, but the war really jump-started it.
Yeah. That we didn't want to get involved in.
Well, for those that don't know, Mike is a big Disney fan. And I'm curious if you know the answer to this. In what year
That's the Disney sound.
did the Mickey Mouse Club premiere?
1967.
No.
Dude, a lot older than that.
What? No. Oh yeah, no,
but
it was.
he's looking over my shoulder.
Yeah,
Like
it's
I
like-
know. I actually.
It's like 1950 something.
You're right. 1955.
55.
He
Okay.
was broadly right with 50 something. You
Yeah.
gave it to him pretty quick.
Yeah, I mean, you got a
Yeah.
1950.
You're
I'll give
within
it to
10
you.
years.
I'll
That's
give it
great.
to you.
Here
I'll
you
give
go.
it to you.
Which love is
1945.
Do you know who one of the first members was?
Who?
Britney
Justin
Spears.
Timberlake.
Yeah.
Oh.
And Britney
He's a
Spears and
vampire.
Christina Aguilera.
They're all
All
vampires.
in the 50s. That's what's crazy.
Yeah.
People don't know that.
Nicolas Cage
It took
too.
a really long time for Justin to reach puberty, okay? not
Nicolas
his
Cage,
fault.
too? Was a Musketeer? Wow.
Oh yeah. No,
Mm-hmm.
he's never done.
1945.
He's a vampire. I'm just saying.
At the age of 10, Elvis made his first public appearance.
At the age of 10 in
He
1945.
performed his first time at 10. Isn't that
Why
crazy?
wasn't he in the
What was he
war?
doing?
If you're old enough to go on stage, you should be old enough to go and fire a gun in World War II.
I thought Elvis actually was a soldier for a minute, right?
Yeah, he was.
Yeah.
But not a 10.
Only in the movies.
Yeah, it was all in the movies.
Yeah, he was never.
Really? No, he
stoned.
was never in the.
No. He's too busy getting stoned. What are you talking
Hendrix
Yeah.
was for a second.
And practicing karate.
about? Yeah. All right. 1993.
Woo.
In an attempt to capture officials of warlord Mohammed Ferrer Adid's organization, U.S. Army Rangers, along with Delta, attacked Mogadishu, Somalia.
Mogadoosh.
Mogadishu.
Megadoosh, Somalia.
Did they make shoes there?
No. 18 U.S. lives were lost, and approximately
They'll
1,000
find them again.
Somalis
Jesus Christ.
were killed in the heavy fighting, known by the warriors
Wow.
as the Mogadishu Mile, as they had to run approximately a mile back to a safe zone.
Dude, that is insane. You said there's a movie based on this.
There is a movie based on it. Do you know what it is?
Yes,
Good.
I do.
What is it?
Terminator 2.
Black Hawk Down.
No.
Wait. Oh, wait,
Whoa!
hold on one
Forrest
second.
Gump.
No.
I'm really terrible at math, but how many Somalians to one Marine?
He said it was how many Marines? 100?
Well, 18
How many died?
U.S. lives and 1,000 Somalis died.
And do you know how many Marines were actually there, active on scene?
None. Because I said U.S. Army Rangers.
Oh, whatever.
And Delta.
Whoever they are. Do we know how many were on there?
Well, I mean, no.
But
I would love
18 to 1,000?
You know what?
Yeah,
That's like-
it appears that there was about 300.
Yeah. But that's like that's nuts. Like that's a crazy ratio.
Yeah.
That's like one for every like 50 or something. It's ridiculous.
It's gotta be something.
It's very broad. It's very broad, man.
That's-
When you just
why-
like
that's-
wipe out 50
Yeah,
of them with
and
like
Du-
a bomb.
And Duff just said the Duff man. He just came on and said approximately 50 to 1. Yeah, that's dude. That's like
nuts.
that's like Sparta
That's
level.
that's piss your pants.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Level.
That's like Zack Snyder's 300 level.
Oh.
That movie was a historical fact. I don't know if people know that. But it was very true to how things actually took place.
What movie?
300. I know.
So accurate.
Hi, Marilyn. What's up, girl? We got to get you on the show.
95.
Yes.
Former Everything star O.J. Simpson was found not guilty of the murder of Nicole Simpson and Ron Goldman in L.A.
Well, he couldn't have done it because he was mowing his lawn.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's true.
Mm-hmm.
2008. Former Everything star O.J. Simpson was found guilty of charges of kidnapping and armed robbery.
In the
Yeah,
civil
he's out
suit.
of that for that though.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that was in Reno.
did.
He was in jail for.
Well, he's actually suing now the Cosmopolitan.
Really?
You know that?
Jesus.
He was good old OJ here in Las Vegas.
He's
lives
trying to
here.
steal his own memorabilia.
He did actually at
the
Palo
Palo
Station.
Station.
I have a fun fact.
But he got in trouble at Cosmo and was asked to leave, and now is suing them for such.
Well, it's not necessarily.
I don't know how that's gonna work out, but that's what's going on. What do
Fun
you got?
fact.
Well, I guess it's not even really a fact, but you know, like how Ford is coming out with a new Bronco. Like,
Yeah.
Or came out with a new
It's pretty
Bronco.
cool looking.
I do. If I was Ford right now, I would try to find O.J. Simpson and get him to be the spokesperson because that'd
Heck
be
yeah.
hilarious. Wouldn't that be great?
It'd
Come
be
on now.
funny.
Bring
I don't
back
think
the
it'd be
Jews
great.
and buy a Ford
I
Bronco.
think a lot.
I don't think they want anything to do with him.
It'll be the fastest slow ride of your life.
Have you guys seen his Twitter?
Yes,
No, I
he's on
stay
Twitter.
away
No,
from
he's
his
at
Twitter.
his
Stuff.
Twitter?
I follow him.
It's
No,
haunting.
I stay away.
I
from
gotta, I gotta know what this man is up to.
he
He's so weird.
so he is weird. I think we talked about it before, but
What does this guy do?
we
like
went
golf?
to
He does.
had-
play a
we
lot of
were
golf.
in
Talk about
Summerlin
sports.
Yeah, we were at Summerlin
Yeah.
at the Apple store.
at the Apple store, yeah,
Uh-huh.
and the guy was like, "Yeah, he's always in here, and he always talks so obnoxious and loud
And he
to
comes
where
in with, like, a
everybody, has to look at him and bring their attention towards OJ."
Yeah.
And he goes, "Man," and he's
The juice.
doesn't, just hangs around. So,
But if
yeah.
things don't line up, the fangs come out, like borderline personality disorder deluxe.
Yeah,
Really?
I mean,
They do?
supposedly.
I wouldn't trust him around a knife or nothing.
Yeah.
Well, I'm just saying. 1777, Battle of Germantown. General George Washington's troops attacked and were defeated by the British.
George Washington. Well, they didn't have shoes.
Or coats.
It's way too soon to talk about this one.
It is. Too soon, right?
1997.
Did you know he had a bionic arm?
The second.
George Washington?
Yeah.
It's like wood and
Yeah.
rubber bands. And
People don't know that's what the whole Fallout 76 is about. People don't know that.
That's why it sucks. So
1776.
Yeah, Fallout 1776.
That'd be
People don't know that.
badass. It's like leather bands and steam.
I'm here to kick ass and chop down cherry trees. And I'm all out of cherry trees.
that is on a game, isn't it?
I don't think so, but that should be.
That's so good.
I'd play that. That's
Right?
pretty funny.
That sounds like something that should be on Red Dead
Red Dead Redemption.
Yeah.
That's fun.
1997, the second largest cash robbery in U.S. history occurred at the Charlotte, North Carolina office of Loomis, Fargo and Company, with $17.3 million in cash stolen.
Is that weird that they
When
had
was
they
it?
stopped at 0.3? Like they couldn't finish off?
Well, I mean,
To, like,
bro,
at least a
somebody
half,
got
or-
paid. There was a
No.
17 and a half.
0.3 of a million is still a good arm load.
That's
That's
true.
still like another trip or two.
Did way too
That's
much
a
money.
that's a grip.
Like I would have at least given the 0.3 to like the people behind the counter as
Bro,
a tip.
It was a,
You know what I mean?
The .3 went to the driver.
Oh, that's what it was.
Okay.
Yeah.
2001 Siberian Airlines flight 1812 crashed into the Black Sea after being struck by an errant Ukrainian S-200 missile.
Wow.
78 people died.
And they could never find the plane. The sea's
Correct.
black. They couldn't.
It's quite
Yeah.
it's quite dark.
Oh,
It's well named.
Yeah, you're getting it. You get it.
I tried to back you up there.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I appreciate
There's
that.
no way you were getting it. 1947, Harry Truman made the first presidential address that was televised right from the White House.
That's cool.
you didn't have to go anywhere?
Harry Truman. He was a true Harryman.
He was.
Yeah.
It was terrible too.
Missile dropper. 2006, WikiLeaks was launched and created by internet activist Julian Assange. And of course, as of late, he's been hiding from the U.S.
Yeah, thank
Really?
God for that guy.
Why? I don't know.
He knew anybody.
I'll let you look it up.
Julian Assange?
He's well, I mean, he provided all kinds of documentation for the Clintons to the Republican Party, and that's how all that got
Emails.
started.
Yeah,
Well,
Hillary's
before
emails.
that,
all that kind of stuff.
he did
He-
the same thing, but the other party, the Democrats used to love him when he was releasing Republican dirt.
Yeah.
He just
Yeah.
released dirt on both sides.
He's a hacker. He's just a very, very, very good hacker.
An independent
and
journalist.
he
Oh, okay. Well, I like it because that's basically what Wiki is, right? It's all.
WikiLeaks.
it's funny. An independent. Okay, 1945, Hollywood's Black Friday, a 6-month strike by Hollywood set decorators, turned into a bloody riot at the gates of Warner Brothers Studios. 1945 had to get serious.
Yeah. And the big thing behind that was they would not wait. They asked, but they said no. They could not have a hamburger today and get paid on Tuesday. But they tried. They finally paid them on Tuesday for a
they
hamburger
tried.
today.
Popeye episode.
They did try.
You know,
They tried.
I'm waiting for one of your facts to end and Epstein didn't kill himself. I'm just
And
wondering.
Epstein didn't kill himself.
I'm just waiting for it. Is it in there now? You fucking with me?
It's not. It's actually not in there, but I really wanted to put it in there. It's like, who doesn't know that he didn't kill himself?
Well, I mean,
You know what I mean?
He was at least
Like, who-
allowed to, left alone to kill himself.
it was just a massage.
Bro.
So it's,
It's called involuntary suicide. That's what it's been labeled.
involuntary.
Okay. Well, this is my last one. 2018, the U.S. unemployment numbers hit the lowest since 1969, 3.7%, according to the Department of Labor.
Nice.
Interesting, right?
Yeah.
No.
Less people on the streets. Actually, it's probably not. But
I mean, that's what it says. I didn't make up the number.
more people working.
That's right.
Working them streets.
Work, 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 work.
Oh, God.
Get that twerk.
Get it.
Yeah, girl.
So that was interesting.
History's Mysteries.
Thank you for History's Mysteries. We learned a lot. I feel so much more educated. Pedo Bear killed him. That's who killed Epstein.
When are we going to talk about
Pedo
these
bear.
rubber teeth?
Yeah. Why don't we? Then we also
You
have
always
these,
bring weird foods, and sometimes
he
we don't
does.
look at them.
yeah. So I have these new Oreos. I'm
I'm not
eating
eating those.
Oreo.
All right.
Dude, if I have to
It's another. Last
I'm
time you
not
gave me
fucking
some
eating.
weird
If you-
Canadian
if
thing. It
you-
was all right.
Just try one.
It was actually all right
I'm
last
gonna
time.
need my Coke.
He gave us something with weird leaves
Yeah.
on
Don't
it.
talk about using Coke on air.
It's
Yeah.
it's new maple cream Oreos.
Oh my goodness.
Smells very mapley.
It does.
Very Canadian.
I eat it so you don't have
All right,
to.
here we go.
What did you say, Grace? No, it's not bad.
It's not really.
It tastes like I'm eating a crunchy pancake.
It kind of reminds me of graham cracker,
This is terrible.
just a little more syrupy. It tastes like Wolverine. This is exactly how I think Wolverine would taste.
Like his claws.
All of the Wolverine.
The whole
Every-
damn.
Every of the
the whole
Wolverine.
damn vreen.
Is that because he's Canadian?
Yeah.
I don't think I can finish it.
Literally, dude, I just been punched in the face by Maple.
Really?
Yeah,
okay.
dude.
I didn't think the maple was that strong. Maybe
Here.
I'm not very sensitive.
Oh god, it was terrible.
Well, I'm
Actually, I thought it was really all right. If I liked that, like if I really
My
needed a
bad,
bunch
William.
of sugar.
My bad. We should.
All right.
We should mail food to the audience.
Oh yeah.
Put that in here.
Give us your
Bad, dude.
address.
No, it wasn't shit.
All right, two out of two had to throw that
Look.
away.
And I'll be honest, if we ever accidentally offend somebody, please do not be afraid to mail us some anthrax. Waz, what's your address? Soylent Maple.
No, I'm serious. What's your address?
What are you doing to me? You trying to-
So there's gummy fangs.
Yeah, so now we also have
Okay,
these,
so
we have
I
these
can
gummy
I can
things.
get I
These
can
things
get
look
excited.
like I don't know, what do these
Like
look like?
someone.
They look like my dad's dentures.
Yeah, it's a bunch of gross dentures. How appetizing.
They don't even look like dentures. Like I didn't even know.
It's just a jar of teeth.
Oh
It
god.
literally looks like a jar of teeth. There you go.
Oh god.
Oh god.
I mean, I thought they were peach rings and I was excited, but the gums part is really creepy.
It's very gummy. Yeah, they look.
They taste
Right.
great, but they're super uncomfortable.
Ronnie, so
Oh, don't smell them.
the picture you sent, Ronnie asked if all that was mine.
What? Picture of what?
The food we ate at Taco Bell today. He goes, it must be a cheat day.
So
Yeah,
wait,
you're
you
on a
guys,
room now.
you guys have some like little away from the audience little joke going on your phone. What's going on there?
Oh god, dude, these are so bad. These are worse.
What's that?
Oh god,
Dude.
yeah.
So you shared a bunch of Taco Bell. Is that what's going on?
Oh no! So Mike
Little
shared
Looney
at,
Tunes.
on Instagram that we
That was terrible.
We went to Taco
No.
Bell, our normal.
Bro, no.
It's a tradition for us. Fridays, we subject our bodies to the horror that is Taco Bell. And we do it for you, people. We do it for you.
I'm sure they benefit tremendously from this.
So
And
much.
You know what disappoints me is not one soul out of all the shows that we've done. Nobody knew
Knows
that
the
we're
trouble I see.
drinking. We're not drinking Baja Blast.
Yeah, we're not drinking the Baja Blast today. We opted to not do it.
Yeah, because
The mach-
Blast is gross.
And the machine was acting weird.
Go Providence.
All right. So it is 7:55. We're just gonna go ahead and take a small break to go ahead and pay some bills. If you're listening to us on Radio Vegas Rocks, thank you. Download the app if you haven't already. Radio Vegas .rocks app. It's on your phone. It's called an app. And then also we are on Facebook. You can find us on twocluelessdudes.com. You could find us on Twitch. You could find us on YouTube. You could find us on yourmomshot.com. You could find us on ILikeYourGoat.com. You could find us on TotallyMcGoatalies.com. We are everywhere. All right,
Someone should take that away from you.
let's pay some bills.
All right, we'll be back.
ILikeYourGoat.com.
At Albo Pizza, our mission is to bring a menu of savory Italian classics and tasty American fare to the city of Las Vegas. Combining a classic menu of Italian favorites and American fare, Albo Pizza was designed with a variety of palates in mind. United by fresh ingredients prepared daily, all our recipes are homemade, hand-tossed, and hard to resist. Explore their popular pizza offerings or branch out with our burgers and chicken wings. Whichever way you go, their menu is prepared to please. Located at 1510 South Las Vegas Boulevard next to Dino's. Visit them online at www.albopizzalv.com or find them on Facebook. For delivery, call 702-333-2526.
Remember in the beginning, when you first started to build a life for you and your family, you never imagined it would come to this. Instead of living your dreams, you're living with debt. In fact, it's smothering you. Now there's a way you can take back control with one simple call. If you owe $10,000 or more in credit card debt, you qualify to receive a free, no-obligation consultation on how to get rid of that debt for good. Call the Debt Helpline now. We work on your behalf to reduce your debt. We specialize in credit cards, retail store cards, and medical bills. One simple call is all it takes to get the ball rolling to a debt-free life. Stop living with debt and start living your dreams. Call the Debt Helpline now.
800-709-4389. 800-709-4389. 800-709-4389. That's 800-709-4389.
LV Classic Rock is back. Hi, it's your friend on the radio, Dennis Mitchell, and we're back to rockin' and rollin' just like the good old days. If you didn't know, Las Vegas used to have 2 classic rock stations, one of which was awesome, and when corporate radio took it away, we just kept it going on the internet, and now it's back in all its original glory. Streaming live 24/7, it's LV Classic Rock, and all you have to do to enjoy it is go to the website, lvclassicrock.com, and use the online player, or get the free Radio Vegas Rocks app. That way you'll never be without LV Classic Rock, Las Vegas' best classic rock station.
You're listening to Two Clueless Dudes with Mad Mike and the Hank.
If you could eliminate your debt
Yes.
by drinking in ounces
I
per
was gonna-
dollar,
I was going to say,
Clamato.
I know how to get rid of my debt.
If you had to drink Clamato in ounces, 1 ounce per $1 that you owe,
No.
would you do
wouldn't
it?
do it.
Instead of
No.
paying it back, all you had to do was drink that many ounces of Clamato.
I think I would puke.
But it's an all or nothing. You can't drink just a little bit. You have to drink all of your debt.
No.
Would you do it in Clamato?
No.
What, have you ever had it? Have you ever had Clamato?
Yes.
You had
It's not really that bad for being tomato and clams.
But your
God,
entire
such
how
a
much debt do
weird-
you have? Like
How much a day do I have Clamato?
Well, I got a brand
Yeah,
new
like-
house.
like, that's- I mean,
I
yeah,
got
that's
2
like-
cars. I'd say a lot of fucking debt.
it's a lot of Clamato.
You don't
realize
need
what you just said there?
300,000 ounces of Clamato,
It
please.
would be it'd be like in The Shining. Like
Yeah, I'm not. Oh, so you just brought up something that I want to talk about, The Shining. I want to.
Tobacco and vodka, and he's in.
I want to watch The Shining because the new Doctor Sleep, which sounds dumb.
What is is that about?
It's The Shining Light 2.
Is that what it is?
Yeah. I thought it was supposed to be like one of Stephen King's like new
I thought it
books
was
or
like
something like that. And
I thought it was like a combination of all of his books
yeah,
for some
that's
reason.
what it's supposed to be.
Dr. Sleep?
Yeah, it's called Dr. Sleep.
Nice.
Oh, I want to.
I like that
I don't
name.
know what it's about.
Didn't he have
We'll
sounds like a Deftones song.
Dr. Sleep. It does. It totally does sound like a
that
Deftones
Team
song.
Sleep side project. Anyway.
Could be an Ozzy song.
Chino
too.
Moreno's my dad. So I have to talk
probably
about him.
more like a Shinedown song.
Shinedown.
Fucking hate Shinedown.
Don't say that.
Yeah,
Don't say
awesome.
that. Don't say that. Don't do that.
Okay, have you noticed that like
don't do that.
all of the rock stations they play a shit ton of Shinedown.
It's cheap. The royalties are cheap as
because
fuck.
it's generic rock.
Dude, they
That's why.
they
All
produce
right.
so much
I'm gonna be
music.
the only asshole
The
in this
label
room
gave
that
up
likes
on charging
Shinedown.
for it.
Yeah.
I'm the only one. Okay.
Well, it's not that I
Not
hate
as much as
Shinedown.
Godsmack. If we're gonna go
They're
further
just-
into the
they're
90s,
just
I like
generic.
Godsmack.
Godsmack is the first Shinedown. Godsmack
Yeah.
is the first Shinedown.
Okay.
That's
I-
absolutely the truth.
Yeah, it's true.
I've accidentally seen Godsmack in concert 4 times because they've managed to weasel their way into all these different concerts I went to go see.
you can play half their songs
I
on
have
the guitar
seen,
with
I
one
have seen
hand.
Godsmack more than any other artist.
Like,
God,
have you
no.
noticed
It's pretty
there's
bad. It's pretty
major
bad.
portions of the songs where the guitarist just uses his right hand and does palm muted chugs to
Shit,
a
I can
certain
use my
rhythm.
right hand to
With
do palm
not
muted
even-
chugs
Right.
at home.
I
Can I-
exactly. I could do my own palm muted
Can
chugs.
I say that I am completely impressed with you, sir?
Ah,
I'm talking to Mr. Waz.
gracias.
I watched your I saw your greasy conversation.
Our music time.
On your Instagram, and I saw you playing the guitar, and I had no clue first off that you played the guitar. Then, ignorantly enough, I had no idea that you have such a setup where your viewers that are there while you're doing your gig can actually interact and play your music.
Yeah, there's distance sensors that you can wave your hand in front of and alter different effects and stuff and kind of remix it with me.
It's intense.
Thanks.
You
it's
are
a new setup.
You are a
It's very
god.
cool.
Plugging it.
It's
It's very creative.
WOZ.LOL to check out the next.
yeah. Go
era.
to Greasy Conversations on Instagram, Facebook. Check out what Waz is doing. It's something crazy cool.
Yeah,
Crazy
you'll see
cool.
Hank at the next
We should
one.
get
He'll be
together
waving
and
his
write a
hands.
song about centipedes.
Yeah.
That's my favorite
Centipedes?
thing.
Either that or
topic to
Cheshire Cat.
Yeah.
We can
any kind of arachnid.
Any arachnid.
Cheshire Cat.
That's I like invisible pets.
Whoa. Okay.
Whoa.
Wow.
Did things get
We just
crazy
get some
over there?
info?
Something just popped up from one of my reporters.
Uh oh.
This is
Reporters never
incredible.
tell me
Breaking story.
Breaking story, folks.
Sound
You can hear
effect
it here
tape? Do you have a
first.
sound effect for the breaking story? Do you have a little kaboom?
Do I?
Yeah.
Breaking story.
Is it?
Give one.
Oh,
give
you
the
actually have a sound
creepy-
effect for it?
Yeah.
That works.
Nah.
So this is Cheddar Bay, Maine. Okay.
Oh, been there.
The Bay of Cheddar.
Yes.
Yeah, that's where they got the biscuits from for
Oh, yeah.
Red Lobster. Go.
Warning. Warning that local stocks had been depleted to dangerous levels. Environmentalists criticized Red Lobster.
Oh my God.
Oh fuck.
It's
Yeah,
true. You
it's
were right
true.
about that's their bay.
It is. They criticized Red Lobster on Wednesday for its part in decimating the biscuit populations along Cheddar Bay.
Oh my god. It's like
look,
Populars.
It's no coincidence that the biscuit population has dropped an alarming 84% since Red Lobster was founded in 1968.
Yeah, they think they make their own biscuits, but they're harvested
They're
from the
harvested.
wild.
Exactly.
Jesus Christ.
That was said by Roger Gross, a researcher at the Marine and Environmental Research Institute, adding that the rate at which Red Lobster has been harvesting biscuits from the bay is unsustainable, causing them to shrink precipitously, not only in number, but also in size.
What's his name?
Bill.
Dr. Roger Gross.
Should
And
be
most
disappointed.
biscuits will be gone in a decade.
Wow.
And the
Oh,
ones
no.
that remain won't be anything we'd recognize as golden brown or flaky. And this doesn't even factor in the massive economic cost to Cheddar Bay, whose restaurants had been responsibly trawling for biscuits for generations before Red Lobster's massive fleets arrived. Gross went on to say that a moratorium was the only solution until the biscuit populations were fully replenished, urging Red Lobster to temporarily double up on far more plentiful hush puppies.
Wow.
So are we safe?
Well, I don't know. I don't know if they've gone on with the moratorium, but I can tell you I went to Red Lobster last week, and they did have cheddar biscuits.
They're definitely safe because what they're leaving out of that article is all of the private collections that have breeding pairs in captivity.
Yes, right, exactly. Yeah, and, yeah, and then you can wind up with like inbred biscuits.
Oh yeah, that'd be my fear.
can.
You don't want to have like cousin biscuits.
Biscuit mills.
Yeah,
Phil, look at me.
biscuit mills.
You
That's a
monster. How many of those biscuits have you had? How many population of biscuits have you destroyed?
Do you know how many? I'm actually not a
Monster.
fan of Red Lobster.
I get really bad gas from it, but my grandma loves it, so we go every week.
Are you being serious?
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, no, seriously.
I get the shittening, bro.
Oh man.
Every time from Red Lobster.
The shittening.
My mom.
Do you try different things there?
I do. In fact, the worst thing is the Admiral's Feast,
I've
which
had
my
that.
brother
Oh, man,
mistakenly
don't eat
ordered
it.
last time we went, and I forgot to say no.
Yeah, I had it, and it was bad.
Yeah.
That Admiral
Well,
has
see,
a
I
durable
can't-
They
bowel.
fry it. It's like they get like 4 or 5 different things you can have, like seafood.
They fry,
and they fry
like,
it all.
everything.
And they give it in this powder. Don't eat it.
Don't eat it.
I just don't like the lobster. Like I can eat at Red Lobster. I just
Dude,
don't
they
eat
do these
lobster.
Maine
It's just
lobster rolls.
Too sweet. Crab meat, I'm down. I can do it. Crab ball, you can eat if you want, but lobster.
Did you eat one of the
I'm out.
lobster rolls?
Yeah, they're amazing.
Dude, they're so
But my
good.
mom actually makes. She's got a.
All right, let's talk
a
about
hack.
your mom's lobster. That sounds good.
So that's the only time I have
A
the
hot
cheddar baked
lobster.
biscuits is when my mom makes the hack.
I really love Red Lobster because I like to make some kind of emotional connection with my lobster before I kill it and eat it. So.
Well, you know what's funny is
shake hands.
there was a point in time in the early 2000s
Got
when you
words
could
for
not,
people like this.
in the early 2000s, you could not get yourself a reservation to Red Lobster because it was full of Jerry Springer participants.
Jesus.
It's true because that was the date place of choice. If you went on Jerry Springer's and you like proposed to your girlfriend something, that's where you took him was Red Lobster. So it became it became a real big hot spot in the early 2000s thanks to Jerry Springer.
Oh,
Jerry
how
Springer,
fallen.
Red Lobster.
Those were the days.
Jerry.
Jerry baby.
I think that's
No?
Sherry.
Oh, is that what it is?
So we're talking about Jerry Springer, Red Lobster, and My Chemical Romance. How many other things from the noughties can we talk about?
They're redoing the 2000s. Is that what's happening?
Yeah, it's like
Basically, right?
it's like the '90s part 2.
Well, interestingly enough, the new Terminator Dark Fate movie just got released, and
Sarah Connor.
they've been releasing those since what, like the
Late
What?
90s.
Late
Did they
Late
explain
90s.
why the
90s.
Terminator's like old as
Late
shit?
80s.
Robots Age 2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah. But
It seems cool. I
yeah,
saw the preview.
I haven't seen it
Yeah,
yet.
trailer
but
looks
I'll check
bad.
it out.
I want
I haven't even seen
wanna
Rainbow
check it
either.
out.
Have you seen Joker
Rambo.
I do. No, I haven't seen
Final
Rainbow. I
Blood,
wanna see
right?
yet? We
that.
need to go see
How
Joker
come no one
tomorrow.
went to see Big Will Smith versus Little Will Smith?
Because it looks
Is that
ridiculous.
Gemini Man
No,
or whatever?
it looks cool. I
Oh,
thought it
it
was
does
cool.
not.
Which brings us to another bit of news: the people that helped write Gemini Man,
Yeah.
Weiss and Benoif,
Well, yeah.
right? They also did the last 2 seasons of Game of Thrones on their own, and
Uh-oh.
to me,
That's not a good sign.
they look, the ending wasn't terrible, and Jeff will kind of back me up on this. Some of the endings to some of the characters were actually decent, and I felt like they needed to end the way that they did. But for the most part, I hated the fact that we only got 8 episodes. I get that they were heavy on special effects, but for the love of Christ, I didn't need that.
Well, I
I'd
heard they
rather
just
have-
really like abandoned it and just phoned it in.
yeah, and that's kind of what it felt like. And the last 2 seasons, I really felt like you could tell it wasn't the same story. You could just tell things were different. Well, they just got kicked off of they were going to do a Star Wars trilogy.
Yep, they were.
For
They were
Disney.
playing.
And they quit. Now, we don't know if they quit or got fired. They won't really say. But
To be really honest,
and now
like,
they're doing
Mandalorian
these
stuff-
movie.
writers and directors, like, if you actually looked at what they've actually accomplished, are they good?
Yeah.
It's true.
Are they good?
Like I don't think they're
none of the Star Wars that's
look
been
it up.
released are
Look,
worth
you
anything.
take your
I
time,
don't
look it up
think.
what they've done, and then you tell
well, the
me.
Mandalorian is showrunner.
That's gonna be
is-
cool. That looks like it's gonna be cool.
And that's being showrun by Jon Favreau,
Oh, that's a quality
who made
assurance fella.
the original Iron Man, The Jungle Book, The Book of Jungle, Iron Man,
Iron Jungle,
Iron Jungle, Rumble in the Jungle,
Book Iron.
Book Iron,
Got him.
Bookman.
You
Man
decoded my secret.
What else? He's a chef. I mean, Jon Favreau's been. He plays Happy in the Spider-Man movies too.
Yeah, he was in Friends as the
Yes.
rich boyfriend that does
Yep.
Yes.
does UFC.
MMA.
That does you. That's right. Jon Favreau doing MMA. That's great.
Right. Could be the ultimate warrior
So are you
and-
excited about that?
in the
what,
octagon.
Mandalorian.
Yes.
Okay.
Dude, it looks so good.
Yeah,
it
because
really
it a
does.
I think it might
musical?
be pretty cool.
No, it like based off of the
It's like
mandolin
mandolins and the DeLoreans.
mixed together.
That's all I can hear.
Lorian.
It's the story of John DeLorean.
1.21 gigawatts.
We should.
Marty!
We need to go watch
The-
Joker because it'd be nice to talk about. Apparently,
A
it's
shitty movie. I agree.
it's actually not shitty though.
Well,
It's-
I know. I've heard it's actually.
The
good.
really sad part about those directors or writer, I can't remember their names. The dude who did Game of Thrones.
Writer actors.
Yeah, they were. It's sad that they're not doing Star Wars because they were actually going to
Here's a movie that I am
attempt
excited
Old Republic. That's what
That was
the
what they were
trilogy
supposed
was
to
supposed to be.
Yeah, and I thought
which is
they,
kind
like-
of sad.
I thought it
But-
was Star Wars why they were ditching Game of Thrones to go do Star Wars.
That's
and they
why
slept on
they-
that
yeah.
too.
Yeah.
What?
And then they-
This sounds like a
they're
series
both
of
not happening.
loserhood.
Yeah. I think my theory is they created a screenplay, handed over the script, and Disney looked at it and said, "This is gross. Redo it." And they said, "Nah, this is too hard."
Probably.
That's what I think. Honestly,
It's hard to make Disney happy because their stuff's usually good.
Dude, they're strict.
Except
bro.
the last Star Wars. Come on, man, they're bad.
Okay, but here's something. One, Ryan Reynolds has
Star Wars.
confirmed
It's bad.
they
Oh,
are
yeah,
doing a
yeah, yeah.
Deadpool 3,
Oh, fun.
which is awesome. So yay on Disney for going, and it's going to be R, from what I understand. But here's something else that's really cool that I'm super excited about. Have you ever seen Kung Fu Hustle?
no.
Oh, that movie's amazing.
I heard it's
the
really
Axe
funny.
Gang is like my favorite.
Bro, that movie is one of the greatest Kung Fu comedy movies
You've never seen it?
of all time. It is seriously, like, hands
Oh,
down.
man.
It is so amazing. They're
You have
going
to
to do
check
a
it out.
Kung Fu Hustle too.
Really?
Now, yes.
Are they gonna get back any of the original people? They should all be
It
like
doesn't
dead by
sound
now.
like they're going to have any of them because the guy that did it, Stephen Chow,
Yeah.
he's like in his like late 50s, 60s.
Yeah.
He's like I can't anymore. You know, it's time for a younger generation. But
He
he's
should do a
still going to
cameo.
write it and direct it, and he'll probably have a cameo. But
Nice.
the dude is. Did you ever see Shaolin Soccer?
No.
No.
Good
Wow. This
Lord.
man.
Have you ever seen Shaolin Soccer? If you have not
Shaolin
seen
Soccer
these two
was not
movies,
very good. It was okay. But
Stephen Chow
Kung Fu Hustle was awesome.
does rule the Duff man. He does rule, and
Pretty sure O'Doyle rules.
Doyle. But I was like, woo.
Well, honestly, like
You got me right. Okay.
So I thought that was pretty cool. That they're gonna be coming out with a new Kung Fu.
Yeah, hopefully they do good.
Hustle
Hopefully it doesn't
2.
turn out to be like a Super Troopers 2, but hopefully.
Did you see that? I didn't see
No,
that.
I didn't see
Didn't-
it.
it was bad.
Did you ever see it?
I didn't know there was a 2.
Oh,
You
yeah,
didn't know
there's
there
a
was a 2?
That sounds cool.
It didn't look cool.
It was bad.
Well, the first one
trailer-
didn't look cool and it was awesome.
But
So maybe it's
Okay,
awesome.
maybe,
Shit happens.
maybe.
But
first
Kung
looked-
Fu Hustle,
Previews looked stupid, but they're great.
that movies are cool. That is one of the coolest fight scenes I've ever seen in Kung Fu Hustle. It's pretty. There's a lot of really neat stuff in it.
Oh yeah, Kung Fu Hustle is amazing. So if you
You
haven't
definitely
seen
check it out.
see it. I've been watching a new show on Netflix called Daybreak, and it is actually turned out to be a really cool. My wife thinks it's kind of crazy and weird, and because it's kind of gory and it's post-apocalyptic, and it's about Glendale, California is hit with a bioatomic bomb, and it basically turns all adults into raving lunatics.
Oh, that's here in Vegas.
Oh, you Duffman did not like. It was horrid. Are you talking about Daybreak? I liked it. I'm about 6 seasons. I mean, it's kind of Six
It's
episodes. It's
campy.
kind of campy, but it's also got some funny parts. I've actually been digging it. The way they kind of put it together, the storyline is kind of fun. I would say, check it out. Jack Ryan, the new Jack Ryan was just released on
You have to
Amazon
watch
Prime.
it.
If you've not seen the first one, dude, it's worth it. Jim from The Office rocks, bro.
Yeah, I love that dude. Apparently, he was saying something else was horrid, and he likes Daybreak.
Oh, Daybreak. Daybreak is pretty good. Right, it is. It's pretty good. I don't know what was horrid. You're going to have to remind me.
We're just trying to get extra comments for our SEO. Sorry. Haha. No, Super 2.
Yeah. Okay, Super Dude. Yeah. I didn't see it.
It was bad.
You said it was pretty bad.
It was bad.
I'm trying to think, what is the worst movie you have ever seen?
Oh,
Dude,
Bless the Child.
I Frankenstein. It's pretty out there.
See,
I
I
Frankenstein?
actually did not
Yeah.
watch I
Did you-
Frankenstein.
It's really bad.
Okay.
But I do remember coming out, and I was like, this looks terrible. But I
Like-
never actually watched it.
I'm sorry. Bless the
It's
Child
not
is
a
like my
movie.
quick draw on that. It's my least favorite movie.
Bless the Child.
It's not a movie, it's a TV show, but the classic Star Trek. It was terrible. Everything about it was terrible.
Yeah.
Spock.
What?
Here.
Spock, I've been hit.
Those were cool, I thought.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Get out.
I like Troll 2.
Some things that are bad
Troll
are
2,
entertaining, though.
yeah.
But, like,
I-
what's bad but not redeemingly fun about the bad? Because, like, some people would think the first Bill and Ted's was bad, and I loved it. It's one of my favorite movies.
I like Bill and Ted. So what is Bless the Child? What is
Oh,
that?
it's a really awful movie about, like, the devil possessing this child, but it's not like the cool devil. It's some stupid devil.
Oh, God.
You know what I'm saying? When it's like the devil, but it's not. It's
Like the devil?
It's like this devil.
I'm going to have
Whatever.
to go with... I'm going to have to go with
Stupid gooey devil.
Little devil.
The Matrix 2.
Dude, shut up.
It's
Yeah.
pretty bad, though. I really
Matrix.
disliked it.
I was so...
Are you being...
Dude, I've never
Our
yelled at
friendship is
anybody.
done.
I've never yelled at anybody.
I don't even like you anymore.
I'm one of the
fucking
nicest
walking
dudes.
home.
Dude,
Well,
you like Star
movie
Trek
between
original
them.
series. Get out.
The short movie
walking
before
home.
2 was so good. It set up my expectations, and I was
Yeah,
expecting a
the
plot like
animated
that.
one, right?
Same thing with Ring 2. There was these there's
Oh,
in
yes.
between
There's a
ones.
Ring too?
There
The-
is. It's
the-
actually...
Yeah.
I didn't think it was that bad, but it's not as good as...
I didn't think it was that
It was
great.
massively disappointing because the thing in between Ring 1 and Ring 2, which was like this indie film, was really cool because it was like the tape proliferating
Yeah.
and more people getting it. And I was like, this is such a great setup. There's so much you can do with this. And 2 just wasted it.
Yeah, it was kind of strange.
Pretty bad.
But yeah, honestly, dude, Matrix 2, I was so mad at the end of that movie that I actually went and complained to the management. I was like, look, I want my money back. Like, well, you watched the whole thing. Yeah, and I'd really like the time back too, but I don't think I'm going to get that back because the movie was awful, dude.
What about
I
non-sequels,
so-
though? What are the
I
worst?
disagree.
Mary
so-
Antoinette.
Non-sequels?
Oh, I never saw it.
Mary Antoinette, I actually
non-sequels that
didn't
were bad.
finish it.
What did you
I
like
walked
about
out of the movie theater.
Matrix 2? What did you find redeeming about it? What
I
was-
Spit on Your Grave
Do you
3
remember
is in the
enjoying it?
running.
It wasn't as enjoyable as the first one, but it was definitely not a bad movie.
You didn't think? You weren't just like, we'll do something.
Some of it was kind of goofy. I ain't gonna lie.
It was a goofy
but
movie.
there, I legitimately
I didn't give it a
appreciated and
chance because
enjoyed.
the whole batteries thing ruined the Matrix plot to me. Like all the different things you could use this horde of people for, and you go with batteries. I mean, there's obviously like you have this simulation for them.
That's
that
what
you
it
could
is.
be computing things, and you're trying to use them for energy when
right.
we already know of a million more good energy sources.
Let's talk.
Right.
Let's talk guilty pleasure movies.
Oh,
What's a movie that is you don't think everybody else would be like, ugh,
What
or maybe
Dreams
not
May
even
Come?
even seen?
I don't know. I think a lot of people like What Dreams May Come, but that popped into me.
What Dreams May Come.
Do you remember
Actually,
that? It
I
has
do. Robin Williams.
Robin Williams. Yeah.
As a physician.
Yeah. It's really psychedelic
good
too.
movie.
My girlfriend says she
Yeah.
hates that movie.
That's really.
What
good
Dreams May
movie.
Come.
Yeah.
It's kind of heavy-handed on sappiness, especially towards the end.
Yeah.
Like it makes you cry. It makes you feel stupid for crying after it, but you like it's.
But
one of those-
it's a deep.
manipulative.
It's a really deep. I mean, if
Yeah.
you give
Yeah,
it a
okay, let's
chance,
stick
It's
on that
like
whole,
deep in
it's
the
a deep-
shallow end.
Let's stick on that whole deep vibe. Let's stick on deep vibe, and then we'll move on. Do you have a movie
Any
that
other,
you're
like,
like,
fake
man,
deep
that was
movies?"
deep, but nobody else seemed to have liked the movie? You could say Matrix 2 if you'd like.
Because there's ones that are like faux
Dang.
deep. Like What Dreams
Oh.
May Come felt kind of like faux deep. Like it was trying so hard to
Idiocracy.
be
Layers.
almost cheesy
I gotta
about
be
it.
honest. I gotta step
Layer
away
of
from
the
the
White
movie
Worm.
again.
It was
I'll
deep.
go with TV show, Sons of Anarchy. I feel like I'm the only person that likes Sons of Anarchy.
I like it too. Wait, no, I'm thinking
But
of
you can't
American Choppers.
You can't
Yeah.
think of a movie?
A movie.
What about
a
you?
movie
What
that
movie
I
you don't
enjoyed.
like?
You
It's
go,
not a
you-
sequel?
Ah, dude.
You
That
like
was
all
deep.
movies that are the first
Deep
one.
movie.
A deep movie that was like, man.
Faux deep.
Oh, okay.
Deep in the shallow
You know
end.
what? I'm gonna give you something that you didn't.
All right.
I'm gonna give you a chick flick.
Okay.
All right.
Lay
You
it on
ready?
me. I'm ready.
Sweet Home Alabama.
What's it about?
I'm not gonna give you all that.
You don't even remember.
You're not gonna give me
All
on
right.
that. It's a chick. It's a chick
What
flick,
about
and
you?
I'm sure.
I don't even know.
Well,
All right.
let's do on
mine
this
is
concept.
mine is
Yeah.
very unlikely. 'Cause
I know what yours is. Yours is cowboy butts drive me nuts.
the third one.
You could have gone with
3.
Brokeback Mountain. That would have been more funny. Come on.
Actually,
on,
for
man,
me,
you're gonna try.
My like hit home movie for me that is strange was AI, artificial intelligence with Jude Law
yeah.
and the
actually,
kid from The Sixth Sense.
You're right.
I like
haven't
it, but
watched
that's
it.
another one that's kind of heavy-handed
Bro,
with the
that
deep
one.
at the end. I know it got me too.
Okay.
Ex Machina is deepish. Yeah, definitely.
But
Ex Machina.
I mean, now you're just listing off deep movies. I thought it was like a deep movie that no one else thought it was.
Yeah,
deep.
well, I mean,
Or
no,
like-
not
Well,
a lot of people
faux
thought
deep,
that.
I
like,
haven't seen it.
Heavy-handed, overly deep for like.
But my guilty pleasure, like
trying to, like-
hilarious movie, has got to be Space Truckers.
Space Truckers.
If you've never seen Space Truckers, it's good for a laugh. Space Truckers, Children of
Mine-
Men.
mine
I
will
would
always
say
be-
my guilty pleasure is easily, and you're gonna give me shit and kiss my ass, but probably Big Trouble in Little China.
Oh, dude, that movie's
That
fantastic.
movie's fantastic. Yeah.
That's a
Tom,
good movie.
yeah, that movie is kind of a legend. I'm sorry, you're cool
Yeah.
for liking it.
Tom
Too
Hanks
bad.
is amazing.
Too
in
bad.
Tom Hanks is
Yeah,
great
Tim-
in that.
Tom Hanks Big is one of my favorite movies ever. Though.
My
And I was
guilty
actually just
my
gonna say
guilty
that.
pleasure's got to be Dust Till Dawn.
Dust Till Dawn.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
That is actually a pretty fun
I
movie.
do like
It's a
that
fun
movie.
movie, but like does not hold up.
It doesn't, right? Yeah, it doesn't really hold up.
Or maybe Tron.
Little Monsters.
Oh,
Tron.
Tron. Yeah, I can
Yeah.
watch Tron. That at Independence
Jeff
Day, I
Bridges.
can watch the first
Love Jeff
Independence
Bridges.
Day like it's
Yeah,
nobody's
that's a
business.
Well,
legend.
if we're gonna talk about movies you could just put on and just watch it continuously,
Yeah.
I gotta
Die
say
Hard.
The Big Lebowski. Dude, I can watch The Big Lebowski.
That
How
works
is
too.
Spaceballs a guilty pleasure? Everyone loves Spaceballs.
everybody likes Spaceballs.
No
That's
guilt
true.
there.
There's no-
Everybody loves
Do you guys
Spaceballs.
remember
Spaceballs are
Fred
amazing.
Savage in Little Monsters?
bigger than
As the who?
Fred Savage in Little Monsters?
Yes. Wow.
That movie was sick, but I was a kid, so I don't know if it holds up.
Yeah, I haven't seen that. In
What are you
forever.
guys' kid ones? Because I watched
You want to
Goonies
come at
way
me with
late.
some Fraggle
Oh.
Rock, bro?
Yeah.
You
Kid
want some
movies?
Fraggle Rock?
That's
Oh,
easy.
yeah,
Kid
that was good
movies?
stuff.
I liked my favorite movies were one, Gremlins. Loved the Gremlins.
Oh, batteries
No.
not
First
included,
one.
you guys.
Short
That's a guilty
Circuit.
pleasure. No one likes
Oh,
batteries
Short
not included.
Circuit, yeah.
Loved Short Circuit.
Love
Johnny
Short Circuit.
5.
Johnny Five
is
alive.
Short
Johnny
Circuit
Five.
2 was sick.
You know, we're
Yeah,
just
I love
reminiscing
Short
over
Circuit
here.
too.
Anything
Let's
with a
see.
robot or a car that was alive, and I was into it as a kid.
Dude, they were amazing movies.
Chitty Chitty Bang Bang.
Flight of the Navigator.
Fly of the Navigator was so sick.
Oh!
Pee Wee Herman is the voice of the robot thing.
Yes.
That was the sickest movie.
And actually, Pee-wee's Big Adventure
Was
God.
awesome.
I loved that movie
That
as a
one's
kid.
good as like when you're older.
That still holds up.
yeah,
It does.
that one like I appreciate it way more.
And he
as,
doesn't
like,
even play with his wiener in it.
No,
he doesn't.
He doesn't
No,
even
he
need
just
to.
he just waits in the
That movie is
Yeah.
really
Howard
entertaining
the
for
Duck.
everyone. Howard the Duck.
Howard
yeah!
the Duck.
That movie is
Yes.
scary.
It's so.
Don't watch that.
It's so. I did
Howard
see
the
it.
Duck
It's-
is amazing.
Yeah.
I
That's
wish
so-
I
that's a
was just
terrible
talking
movie.
about Howard the Duck. I wish
Loved
that they
it.
would do a remake of Howard the Duck.
The comic's good.
Yeah, I can't tell if it was just when I saw it if it was good or not because I liked it a long time ago.
It's
We should leave right now and go watch
Oh,
it.
Rewatch
has
Howard the
anybody
Duck.
Let's go
seen
watch Howard
or
the Duck.
heard of the movie called Joe's Apartment?
Oh, for sure.
Oh my
Yeah, it
gosh.
was MTV's first
Love that.
movie.
That was
It
the
was
guy.
it
with-
really?
Yeah.
Was that the cockroach?
Yeah,
Yes.
with the guy from
Okay.
Sliders.
Yes.
Yeah, before
Yeah.
they
That movie's
backed
an amazing. If you haven't seen it, it's hilarious.
That's
reminds
actually
me
our
of-
mother's, one of our mother's
Yes.
favorite movie.
Mallrats.
Welcome to Joe's apartment.
That led to
Mallrats,
Mallrats. Yeah.
Mallrats.
Loved Mallrats.
Which
Fantastic,
led to
fantastic.
Hell
Jay
yeah.
and
And
it was,
Silent
what
Bob,
was-
which
what-
now they have their
What was another one? Idle Hands.
Idle Hands.
Oh, speaking of that era of Kevin Smith, did you guys see Chasing Amy? I guess
I
that's
have.
kind of legendary.
I have actually seen
Yeah.
Chasing Amy. and
I have not.
I like
It's
that.
good.
I like
It's
Chasing
good.
Amy.
And the Goonies, of
Kevin
course, but you
Smith-
can't watch
Yeah.
that movie. It's racist.
Goonies is amazing. That's a guilty pleasure
Bro,
as well.
Rudy.
That's
I
a-
loved Rudy.
That's a classic. It's not a guilty pleasure.
It's not, but that was a good movie.
No.
And I don't
Goonies
think
too. Goonies is legendary.
Goonies 2 Electric Boogaloo.
That was a porn.
Yeah.
Ew. That sounds like the most
Yummy.
unappealing. There's so many characters in that movie. I
Oh
wouldn't want to
my
see
gosh,
them
how
all.
could I forget it? Because this whole there's pictures of him on the wall.
What?
UHF.
UHF. Oh, okay.
UHF.
Yeah,
Weird Al
UHF.
Yankovic. You probably haven't seen it, but
Don't just accuse
Unless
him.
you, I don't know.
Yeah,
unless
I
you
mean,
have.
geez, Louise.
UHF. If you haven't seen
I mean,
it,
you didn't
it's
see
definitely
it.
worth a watch.
No, I haven't seen it.
It's definitely worth a
What
watch.
was that other pirate radio movie from around then that was really cool? Was it just called Pirate Radio? What was it? What's that?
I remember Airheads.
That's the one. That's exactly what I'm
That's
thinking
what
about.
I'm
Yeah, Airheads.
Best
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
documentary,
Airheads was
Idiocracy.
sick. Oh yeah.
Jeff says he still hasn't recovered from Tusk. Yes. Oh God. I can't
it
even.
alright?
He's
I
actually
give
done
it a try.
several like episodes from different shows, but
it's
yeah,
brutal.
Tusk is pretty
Really?
bad.
Yeah, it's brutal.
There's
It's
a
It's hard
so
to believe
weird.
Kevin Smith wouldn't let something out there to at least be ironically entertaining.
It is. It's just.
Didn't they
Fucking
come out with a
weird,
new Jay and
bro.
Silent Bob? I don't know.
Yeah, reboot.
Yeah, reboot.
Yeah,
Is it
it's
good?
not out yet, but
I
Oh, yeah,
don't
isn't
think
it?
it's out yet.
no, it's in the works. Should be
It's-
released.
It's
Sometimes
out
I
of it's
forget
out
about
of production. It's out of production.
Yeah.
Gotta mention Dogma as a legend.
Oh, wow.
That's
dude,
my
totally.
favorite
Okay.
Kevin Smith movie is Dogma.
It's okay.
Do you guys remember a movie that came out where they were like stuck together?
What? That
Yeah.
sounds really bad.
No, dude, the best
Yeah.
movie is Jay
I
and
wa-
Silent
I
Bob
think-
Strike Back. Come on now.
Oh, Look Who's Talking was a terrible movie that I didn't like.
Oh, yeah, Lucas, and then
A
Lucas
lot of
talking
people
too.
like that movie.
What do you think is like the worst
Is
movie
there a
ever
movie
made?
where Sharon
Is it still
Stone's
Geely?
in a skirt and she's sitting down and she does the leg
Pretty
thing?
Woman?
And then, no, I'm just joking.
Worst movie ever made that's not a sequel and not ironically great.
Well, it has to be Geely.
So it can't be like The Room or something like that that ends up awesome later. I never seen Geely. That
was-
one's controversial,
that
I
one's-
know.
Like so bad. Did you guys enjoy Lincoln Vampire Hunter?
No.
That was a bit.
Abe Lincoln. I did because I went in knowing that this was going to be just an awful,
awful
movie,
movie. It's
super
like-
cheesy. So for that, what it was, man, that was I laughed through most of that movie.
My would you rather in the car was would you rather watch iRobot or no
V
it was,
for
sorry
Vendetta.
I
Frankenstein or Abraham Lincoln Vampire Hunter, like what would you?
V for Vendetta.
Dude, I hated that movie.
It's better than the ones listed.
Heaven's
yeah.
Gate.
V for
Have a
Vendetta was
movie
pretty
with
terrible.
worse, less realistic action scenes than iRobot. iRobot is
iRobot
based
was
on
good.
some of my favorite science fiction. I loved Will Smith
Oh,
in it, and I
let's see.
loved how Will Smith was like retro. So many things I loved, but then all of a sudden there's falling debris that people are climbing on, and just the worst action scenes that just ruin the movie for
I'm
me.
going to name a movie that this actor's been in that was both incredible and one of the worst movies of all time.
Mission Impossible.
Damn.
Fifth Element,
Qualified.
Fifth Element. Oh God. Okay, I know you're.
Ultraviolet.
Okay,
Is that a
so,
second
yeah.
Fifth Element?
It's not. It's just the same actor, Mila Jovovich.
Did you forgot to put in Resident Evil in that as well? Because those movies were
Here's
terrible.
the thing: they weren't great, but Ultraviolet is infinitely worse.
Oh wait, hey,
Ultraviolet was pretty bad.
Mortal Kombat was so
Dude,
bad.
I loved the
Good.
first one.
Good.
It was
Okay,
super
It was
cheesy.
good.
I loved the first one too.
The
but
second
the
one
second
was
one
terrible.
was like a Sci-Fi Channel movie.
Bro, it was
just had the
so
worst.
bad.
And why was Raiden all like young? Why was Raiden a 20-something?
Yep, Mila. Yep.
Such a.
Or Mila. I don't know how you say it. But yeah, that Mortal Kombat.
It was like a
Your
bunch of
soul is mine.
20-somethings doing bad
know-
wire tricks.
Yeah.
Mortal Kombat 11,
Shao
the game that
Kahn.
came back, they actually brought the new Shang Tsung and they modeled him off that guy and made him do the voice.
That's awesome.
Because he's like the best Shang Tsung of all time.
Dude, I had the soundtrack to the first Mortal Kombat.
Me too.
That was sick. Yeah.
Like that's one of those like guilty things like you don't really want to admit
yeah.
that you had.
Well, because the first Mortal Kombat was pretty tight, but I'm not sure if it was just that was the right age for it.
It might have
11,
been
11
that.
is pretty cool. If you guys ever played Mortal Kombat, Mortal Kombat is actually in a pretty good hands right now.
But I can say I
Cool.
saw the
Yeah.
first Power Rangers
Pretty
movie
awesome.
in theater.
We all know what
Okay.
age you are now.
Terrible movie that I saw. That I hate
Saw
to
in
admit that
theaters?
it was bad, but it was bad. Spawn.
Yeah,
oh
Spawn.
yeah, jeez.
Spawn.
It was,
Darn.
Spawn could be better.
Oh god.
You know, honestly, dude, since
That's the same thing as Blade, though.
See, but I
No,
like
Blade was
Blade.
way better.
The first Blade was good.
Blade wasn't as cringy.
They got exponentially worse as they continued.
You know,
with
that
the
is the
Blade
thing right
series.
now. You know,
And they're
all
saying
these
he's going to
people-
come back in the new
No.
Blade movie as Dracula.
cool.
Oh yeah,
Wesley Snipes.
yeah. Wesley Snipes is gonna be the new Dracula.
Sniping up. I mean, he kind of saved that franchise.
Did
Could
he?
that thing
the
have
first
worked
Marvel
without the
movie.
Snipes?
Did he?
He did.
I mean, imagine that without the Snipes. It's just like that's all everyone talked about was the Snipe
Yeah,
factor.
Yeah.
take Wesley Snipes out and put in like Oh, Dave Chappelle.
You know,
I would have rather seen Dave Chappelle.
Bad example. Because that would be
Right,
badass.
Dave Chappelle.
That would be.
You know, that's what's funny too, is because of all that controversy about not being enough African American actors.
What-
You know,
okay.
Spawn should have a reboot. You know,
For sure.
Steel should have a reboot.
Spawn could
could
reboot.
just
for
Okay.
sure.
What about the
A
guy
Dave
from
Chappelle.
the was his name Stanley from Family Guy?
Cleveland?
Cleveland. Stanley
Well, yeah,
from The
but I mean, I'm
Office.
saying
That's
that's like movies that could be better. Like I know Blade's getting a reboot.
It is
So
getting a
Spawn
reboot.
I think should get a reboot. So
Well, they've been trying to
I'd
redo
green
Spawn
light
for a
that.
while.
What about rebooting the Mario Brothers movie?
Oh God.
With John
Well, they
Leguizamo?
Oh my gosh.
They couldn't do any worse.
No. Don't
That's
do
a guilty
that.
pleasure for
the,
me.
The Mario movie.
that
That's
was
my
terrible.
official
Pretty
guilty
terrible.
pleasure.
Bob
pick.
Haskins, right?
Yes, why?
Conehead is up
and,
there.
and John Leguizamo.
Yeah,
Coneheads
Conehead.
was sick.
It's the
I
same
love
Coneheads was
trashy
straight good.
movie.
Bro, okay.
Coneheads was so good.
We've now mentioned 2 John Leguizamo movies, being Spawn and both Super Mario Brothers. Did you guys ever see
God.
The Pest?
That's fucking
What was
right.
it?
He's-
The
I
Pest.
loved him, and he's in so many bad movies.
He winds up owing a bunch of money to the Irish mafia.
Oh, this rings a bell. I might have seen this.
And
actually.
he sells himself to be hunted. It's pretty funny. It's good.
I love him.
He's done a lot of really hilarious stuff. He's
Yeah.
John
he's-
Leguizamo was
yeah.
like, I
He's
really
a-
liked him. He
he's a-
still does stuff. He was in
Yeah.
John Wick.
Yeah.
He's in
Oh,
John
shit,
Wick.
really?
Yeah, he's the car mechanic guy.
Yeah. He does a lot of cool stuff. I mean, he's definitely one of those iconic, like, you expect him to be in a movie, like, all the time.
Yeah, right.
You know what I'm saying?
You want to see him busy because
Or-
he's
Yeah.
lovable.
We're going to continue this in just a second, folks. It's time to pay our bills.
Hey, Radio Vegas Rocks listeners, it's your favorite troublemaker, Sober Sal from the Not Playing Stupid podcast. I'm headed to Summer Meltdown this weekend to partay. And do you think this degenerate has time to sober up or take a shower to that 4-day music festival? No, ain't gonna happen. The cool thing's I don't need to. I got Dude Wipes. Dude Wipes aren't your typical ass wipes. Dude Wipes are made from plant-based fibers and are actually certified as flushable. Not only are Dude Wipes alcohol fragrance-free, they're also lined with aloe and vitamin E to ensure your anus isn't so heinous. Let's look at dudeproducts.com. Someone has to take care of your ass. It might as well be you.
Come on, dude, take it to the hole.
Hey everybody, it's Crazy Jay, and I want to tell you about ZipFizz. I know what you're thinking. Jay, you've been telling us about ZipFizz. Well, I have the brand new flavor right next to me, and I haven't tried it yet, so let's open it and give this a try. My bottle of water, shake that up. Now this is a brand new flavor, Mango Peach. I have not tried it. I'm looking forward to it. They have a wide variety of flavors. If you didn't know, they've got grape, fruit punch, orange cream, orange soda, iced tea, all fantastic. But let's give Mango Peach a try. Oh man, that is absolutely amazing. I'm a fan of all their flavors, but nothing like this. Oh man, that is absolutely delicious. Mango Peach, ZipFizz. Get it today. Visit zipfizz.com. Tell them Radio Vegas. Tell them Crazy Jay sent you, and get your Mango Peach today.
Zip Fizz energy, no sudden crash, 10 calorie, low carb, vitamin B, the healthy energy mix. Zip Fizz.
Kicker Audio.
So check it out, Mario. They hit me up, the guys from Kicker. They said, Jay, you have done a fantastic job promoting these headphones. And
They're awesome.
They're all over Facebook. You have tweeted them. We know that you love the headphones. But how come you haven't talked about this wireless Bluetooth bullfrog we have? And I said, well, to be honest with you, you never sent me one.
We haven't tested it.
Within 24 hours, there was one delivered to my house. So now, this is going to blow your mind, Mario. Listen. You're impressed. No dead space. Speakers on both sides. Isn't that awesome?
Very impressed.
It's Kicker Audio, everybody. You got to go there. Check them out online.
Kicker Audio. Living loud.
Do you want to pay more for a new car or new home or less? Yeah! Do you want to pay higher interest rates on your credit cards or even to refinance student loan debt or less? Yeah! The secret to paying less on everything is a better credit score. Is your credit score less than 700? Do you even know? Well, now at the same time, you can learn exactly what your credit score is and learn how to make it better. And when you call our special credit repair hotline, you'll speak to an expert that will tell you simple steps to start improving your credit score. And the call and consultation are FREE. That's free. I'm telling you, the secret to paying less is a better credit score, and you can fix it right now. So please make this free call and change your life.
877-857-1658. 877-857-1658.
Do you fear the dark? Do you fear the light? Are you afraid of what you've seen? Are you afraid of what you can't see?
What responses, you say you're testing it at the house, what responses did you get when you were testing it?
I mean, I've heard my full name, Chris's name, just direct replies to questions and stuff.
On World Ghost Radio, the paranormal, the spirits, the unexplainable, with your host Rocky on World Ghost Radio.
Welcome back to Two Clueless Dudes on RadioVegas.rocks.
So
if you
got
don't
something
have
for
the
us.
app, you need to go to RadioVegas.rocks and get the app.
App.
Yeah, app it up. App yourself.
App it up so you can have music on the go.
Appy.
So you got a story.
Oh, yeah, I do. I have some news about Mars.
Okay.
Are you interested?
I'm ready.
Hell yeah,
Mars me.
Mars it up.
Is there
A pan.
life on Mars? A question everyone from Carl Sagan to H.G. Wells to Bowie has sought the answer to, and we may finally be close to getting the answer, but the world is not ready for it, according to NASA's chief scientist. Next year, 2 planned missions to send rovers to Mars will drill deep into the surface in the search for extraterrestrial life, which means we could find out the answer in the next couple of years. If we are successful, it will be revolutionary, but we're not prepared for this momentous occasion, Dr. Jim Green, director of NASA's Planetary Science Division, warned.
And why?
I've been worried about that because I think we're close to finding it and making some announcements, Dr. Green said in an interview. It will start a whole new line of thinking. I don't think we're prepared for the results. In 2020, Earth and Mars will be at a close approach, opening a prime window for mission launches, something that 5 space agencies are taking advantage of. China and the United Arab Emirates are preparing for their first trips, launching an orbiter and rover and an orbiter respectively. NASA and the European Space Agency, in partnership with Russia, are both sending rovers to drill for samples, hoping to find organic matter. NASA's Mars 2020 rover will drill into rock formations to collect for samples and send them back to Earth, the first time material from Mars will visit our planet. ESA's Rosalind Franklin rover will also drill for samples, crushing up and analyzing them in a stationary surface laboratory while they're on Mars.
Send in the Space Force.
That's right.
That's what Jeff says.
Yeah, right.
Dr. Green thinks both could be successful, stating in the 1500s that the Earth goes around the sun, not the other way around, and how after that we have reconsidered everything we knew, which is why he thinks Earth is not prepared for what happens if we do.
Well, if they find other life, then wouldn't that basically debunk every religion?
Yes, it would.
No, it's just going to be bacteria at this point. It won't be anything
Right.
with a city.
What
and a
if
lot
they
of people
do find
think they've
that?
already found it.
What if they do find something like that? What if they do find
It
remains
would
of another
cause
civilization?
mass hysteria. It would be.
People would forget about it in 2 weeks.
No,
I agree.
Because so many people already think that that's there. We've had so many
No.
false alarms on finding bacterial life that earlier this year I thought we found life for sure, and I just read the article wrong. And so it's going to be
It's right
forgotten
there.
in 2 weeks.
If you go to your real
Information
Bible
overload.
people, your real Bible people, take it quite
They
literal.
flip
it
on lots of stuff,
simply
so.
states that God made life on Earth.
Yeah.
Not anybody else, not any place else. So that if there is life now on Mars, is the Bible correct?
Right. It kind of throws a wrench.
Oh yeah, that's the one thing that throws a wrench in the Bible.
Damn.
That's the one place where the Bible describes itself.
That's it.
Oh no, everything else is completely
Everything's
consistent.
toast.
Yeah.
Everything else is airtight in that document. Okay.
Well, we haven't
Snap in
we
every
haven't
now.
even gone to the moon yet, bro. Hold on.
Wait,
What
what?
happens next is a whole new set. If our listeners and viewers
Hillary, I don't know him.
And the Earth is flat, I'm sure.
I really enjoy busting Waz's balls about visiting the moon.
I literally get like the hair in the back of my
Yes.
neck gets all.
He's sweating. He wants to hit me right now. What happens next is a whole new set of scientific questions. Is that life like us? How are we related? Can life move from planet to
We're
planet?
cousins.
Or do we have a spark and just the right environment, and that spark generates life?
Are you guys familiar
us
with
or not like us?
Panspermia?
Whoa.
A lot of people already believe that first microbial life originated on Mars, and something hit Mars and knocked off a chunk that hit us.
Right. Yeah.
Or another version of panspermia is that the first microbes came from somewhere more distant and landed in asteroids, and the verdict's still out on where that's where the water came from too, is all these wet comets, because they're mostly frozen water. But
And
a
how
lot
they
of other
got here was
experts-
actually from micro machines.
Yeah.
Which
Transformers.
you don't see anymore.
And I used to have the track and everything,
I used
man.
to
That
step on them
that
all the
was
time.
best.
Jeff says,
Just for the record, the water could have come naturally too.
Jeff
Not-
says, after seeing the Earth, the phrase "there goes the neighborhood" was born, and they bailed. They're like, yeah,
Plot
wow.
twist,
probably
Earth's
true.
the bad guys.
Right. What?
Plot twist, Earth's the bad guys.
Earth's the bad guys.
Thanos. NASA's Mars 2020 rover is due to land on the red planet surface on February 18th, 2021, with ESA's Rosalind Franklin rover arriving 1 month later in March 2021. Both are searching in the vicinity of an ancient lake or ocean bed that once held water so crucial for life and may now be rich in clay. NASA's chosen landing site is the Jezero crater delta, a 49 kilometer or 30-mile wide crater once thought to have been flooded with water and now a clay-rich delta. The ExoMars mission hasn't finalized its landing site just yet, but it announced last year its preferred site is the Oxia Planum, a site rich in iron magnesium clay, a sign water was once present. Mars is not the only place with the potential to have once held water, including places scientists hadn't Titan, yes, hadn't thought possible before.
Planet X.
It was recently revealed that Venus, Earth's hellish twin, may have once had water 3 billion years ago before its atmosphere became incredibly dense and hot 300 million years ago.
Every time you say a word in that sentence that's half funny, Mike turns to me maniacally. He's like got a half-formed like superhero joke. It's so great. Like you said Titan, and he's like,
There is no reason to think that there isn't civilization elsewhere because we are finding exoplanets all over the place, Dr. Green said. This concept of what a Goldilocks zone looks like has to be modified.
Boom.
Yeah, the recent
Boom.
survey of exoplanets orbiting other stars that are in the Goldilocks zone revealed. Oh, no. There was like 11 planets in the first string of data that they're looking at, and 2 of them are in the Goldilocks zone. So it's all light years away. It's all stuff that would take more than like a human lifespan to get over there and look at it. But
Yeah.
it's promising.
Yeah.
Cool stuff.
I mean, we just got to start now. That way we can end somewhere.
Let's head back to Earth, shall
What
we?
was the name of that
and then
rover?
when we finally figure it out, we can resurrect Stephen Hawking's Urian, right? Is that what that
Yes.
means?
Bring him back, but
rover-
with better legs.
The Red Rover?
There was a rover.
Red Rocket?
There was a rover that was going to be named Rosa Parks, but they couldn't put any of the observational equipment towards the back of the rover.
Oh, that's
That's hilarious.
nice.
And we lost 4 listeners.
No, I was being respectful.
No, I'm just teasing.
Yes, right, yeah.
Shout out to your Starfleet Academy shirt.
Yeah. As I sat there and talked trash on the classic.
Yeah, like Jesus.
You know what? It's the only. I'm actually a Trekkie. I actually only dislike the classic.
Did you
I
ever
like
read the
all of
Junior
them.
novels?
You know what? I
read a shit ton of them.
I did.
True fans
I didn't.
also likes the terrible things about it. I'm just saying.
It's pretty terrible.
It is.
The classic
You're right.
is really
I'm not
terrible.
gonna lie. I mean,
but
it's only
like,
a few seasons.
There's like an origin story of
Enterprise,
Geordie
yeah,
LaForge.
there's
one.
actually less classic. I think there was only like 3 seasons.
Yeah.
Of the Star Trek classic series.
Yeah, it's not
and
that
then,
many.
hell, everything came after that. It was fantastic.
The
I think.
Next Generation Junior novels were really cool. There was like a Geordie LaForge origin story.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
There was these like 2 different like love stories with the Doctor and Riker.
Oh, and Commander
on like
Riker.
exotic moons and stuff. Yeah, and they had an
I had
on
a
again,
couple
off
of
again
them,
relationship.
but I never got through.
I don't know if I'd like them now. I was like a teenager.
But like comics, like I have the Next Generation comics.
Right. So you're
I didn't know that was a thing. That's cool.
Star Trek fan. Did you like Will Wheaton?
Whatever.
No, did you?
Dude, that was like the character that was my age, so I like identified.
No, he didn't really bug you that bad.
Talking about the kid?
Yeah, like the actual character.
I liked him.
You did?
Yeah.
You didn't
For
mind
me,
it?
it was number one.
I was
He
saying,
my
like, because you know he's like questioned to be
Yeah.
like the worst
Number
character,
one.
like
Will
the
Riker,
most annoying.
right? That was Will. Right?
William Riker.
William Riker, number one. He was my favorite dude.
Hail them
Hail them.
on screen.
Then he was like-
Maximum warp.
You know what I liked about him? I think I identify him because he looked just like Magnum PI.
Yeah, that's what I loved about him most.
Dude, I was like, dude, this is like Magnum PI in space, dude. This guy's legit.
Was that character annoying too? Was Will Wheaton? Did you?
Yeah,
No,
dude,
no,
like, just
'cause
like
I
Tom
couldn't think
Selleck.
he was annoying because I was like his age when that
yeah,
show was out.
and Star
See,
Trek.
that's what
I was like
just said.
identified
That's
with
what I
him.
just said.
I
Star
project
Trek
on him.
Picard is going to start soon too.
Yeah, that's gonna be
It's
pretty
already
cool.
out, I
it's
think.
gonna be
Is it
sick.
really? I'm excited.
I think
wanna
it's
see
out.
that.
It's on CBS All Access.
I have that.
I have a buddy
You have to
that's
come
got
over.
CBS All Access.
Yeah, you have to come over and
I hope
watch
it's
it.
good. But I was like,
I
really
may
cool.
actually.
Who would be like
Just
worse to hang out with?
do
Would be like Will Wheaton or like Jar Jar Binks?
Oh, Jar.
Totally Jar.
Jar
I heard
Jar.
Will Wheaton's like cool to hang out with.
Well,
He
no,
does
no,
thoughts
like
and
the
stuff.
character. Like you're hanging out with
Wesley Crusher.
Wesley Crusher and or Jar Jar
Honestly,
Binks.
then I'd have to say I would rather hang out with Jar Jar Binks only because I could not stand Wesley Crusher's mom.
What is this? What is this going on? There's like a secret whisper that has to do with
Yeah,
Will Wheaton for sure.
It was probably heard anyway.
No, because I was like narrating over it, like, "What are you guys whispering all loud?" So you couldn't hear the whispering. It was really good.
I would rather kick it with Will. I think.
Yeah, that's
I think,
right.
Well,
I
yeah, I
think-
mean he's a cool. I'm
I
saying
think
he's
me and
whatever,
Will-
like the cool
But
guy.
if
But I'm
you
talking about
Wesley
the character.
Crusher.
Because you
Wesley
could go,
Crusher.
Yeah,
Any
whatever,
kid
bro. Who
characters
cares?
are
That's
lame.
like Dr. Crusher. She could get
No, no,
crushed.
no, no. You don't get to hang with the mom.
See,
you
I
get
don't-
to hang with the kid.
All right.
Like, this is-
Okay, whatever.
It's not a package
But
deal.
What I'm trying to say is they got all kinds of stuff on board USS Enterprise. You got the holodeck. So I mean, you could drink.
Back in the
You
USS
could
Enterprise.
have chicks.
Well, no. You don't get an Enterprise. You just poof. You have a sidekick.
Oh, I don't think I'm gonna
Do you
hang
guys
out with
remember
him.
the one that was like it was
I
like
don't
a
think I wanna hang
spy,
out. No.
like
Or
a-
Jar Jar Binks. You know.
Yeah.
Did you ever see any of the all holodeck episodes? There was one that was like
Yes!
a,
Oh my
a
God.
noir.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
Yes.
Those
They
were
were
some of the best
big.
episodes.
Yeah,
They were
see-
big on the.
Those same characters
The
being in a
holodeck
different
episode.
time period was so cool.
Yeah, I like the one where he was trying to get like Moriarty or whatever.
Yeah.
Those were good.
I did.
Sherlock Holmes.
I think my favorite Star Trek show though would probably be Enterprise. Star Trek Enterprise.
Oh, that's
Scott
the one with
Bakula.
Scott Bakula.
Yeah.
And that was
The-
only
Quantum
like,
Leap.
technically it would be the first series.
and that was
Dude.
only like 2 seasons, right?
Oh
That
no.
was-
It was several.
Quantum Leap was
Yeah.
so sick,
What?
by the way.
Nah.
Yeah.
No. No.
Yes.
Quantum Leap. No, man.
Quantum Leap was awesome.
Yeah.
Quantum
dude,
Leap
it's all
was
about
dope.
sliders.
That poor
Sliders
guy.
was all right.
That poor
It-
guy
it
would do
dropped off,
sliders.
though. It got lame.
That poor guy
They
would do
started phoning it in.
everything, and then at the end of the show, the poor bastard would go somewhere else.
Yeah.
He'd get leaped somewhere else, and he'd be some chick, and
The next
he
leap
wouldn't
might be my
understand
leap
why.
home.
I mean,
Yeah.
Star Trek did have one of the coolest, like, weird cameo bad guys ever. Q.
Q
my
was
favorite.
cool.
Q was my favorite
Q was
too.
my
I was
favorite
totally gonna
character.
bring him up. That's my favorite Star Trek
Q
character.
was
of, like,
cool.
He's really cool. They should do something with him
for sure.
in like a movie sense.
And it was in Star
Oh,
Trek.
Well, they have. He's been in movies.
But like a Q spinoff.
Star
would
Trek.
be
Well,
sick.
like no, like a spin-off, maybe something like he's the actual protagonist.
Yeah, that'd be
You know,
awesome.
that
and
would be
Star
cool.
Trek Next Generation is really
It's
where
been
they started
four,
to get four. Okay.
4 seasons, 98 episodes. So
It's- that's
there was
kinda
less
when
than I
they-
thought. But it was
They
a
introduced
fantastic.
the Romulans.
Yeah.
They got really heavy into the Romulans.
Where?
in Next Generation. And I really
I was
love
gonna say that.
Romulans.
Okay. Yeah.
You mean Enterprise, right?
No,
'Cause-
Next Generation.
No.
I thought
Star Trek Next Generation.
I thought Romulans weren't. Okay.
They were around. So like all of
Next Generation is Romulans and Klingons. But
Yeah.
Klingons were cool then. Klingons were bad in the first
You should
generation.
wait. You should watch Discovery, which is the new series
Yeah.
of Star Trek. The Klingons are different. They're bad. They're
they were
some
way
bad
bad in the
dudes.
Well, yeah, they always were. I mean,
But these are some real bad dudes.
I mean, yeah. Well, they
like even
always
if you read the
kinda were.
comics,
Nothing's as bad as the Borg, though. Nothing
Oh,
spooks
dude,
me
Borg
like the
were
Borg.
bro.
Borg were
Okay, yeah, you're
that was
right.
my
You're
favorite
right.
villain.
That's
Dude.
just-
Well, they were kind of like.
What was it? Star
the
Trek First
spookiest.
Contact.
Yeah.
That was a great movie.
That was
I love that
spooky.
movie.
I actually don't remember it.
No. Oh, that was cool, man. That's when they're attacked by the Borg and they have to go back in time.
Yeah.
Oh my God, you guys! We have
Because
4 minutes left.
I know
We've
Oh
spent so
my
much time
gosh.
talking about.
Wow.
Okay, wait,
Well, I
okay.
hope
So
everybody
before we go
random
on,
crap.
Really
I
quick,
hope
I'm going to leave
everybody
you with
likes
this.
Star Trek.
Man faces up to 5 years in jail for allegedly using a cat as a weapon against a police officer. This is true. This happened in Moscow.
Grumpy cat too.
Yeah, one man clearly had enough room to swing a cat when he was in an apartment building stairwell, according to a Moscow police who arrested him for allegedly attacking an officer with a feline.
This cat looks
Did he actually
pissed.
attack
Right?
somebody
Yeah.
with a feline?
He says he was sitting on the stairwell in the center of the Russian capital, and his noisy behavior annoyed one of the residents enough to call the police. When they turned up, he refused to answer questions, grabbed a cat sitting nearby, and then threw it at an officer
It's not funny.
who suffered injuries to the face.
So that's how you use a cat as a weapon.
Yeah.
Check.
So apparently under Article 318 of the Criminal Code, which prohibits any physical attacks against a public official, the incident which took place, this happened in October of 2018.
Wow, pretty recent.
It's almost taken a year for the case to come to court.
Jesus.
They don't know why. It's not known what condition the cat is in. So,
This can't be the same cat.
That's
This
it.
cat looks pissed.
that's it. Yeah.
Oh.
That might just be a picture
This is
they
a
found.
stock cat that's
Did
grumpy.
they just rip one off of Google somewhere? Where's the cat?
Probably.
Picture
Yeah,
of
it's a
crazy
Getty image cat. This
That's-
cat looks gangster, though, is what's funny. They found a
Right?
gangster Russian cat.
Like if you see that cat, I mean, I'd be like, oh shit.
I know. You don't have to throw it. I'm scared.
It's going down for real.
And then Grumpy Cat died. I didn't know it was like
Yeah.
a thing.
Yeah, he died like
Grumpy
he's,
Cat
He was only like
died.
7.
Oh, yeah, 7.
Did
too
he die
young.
recently? I thought he died like
Yeah.
a while ago.
No. This is recent.
He
Like,
died, what, last
a
year?
couple.
R.I.P.
No,
No,
he did.
wasn't it?
Yeah.
Is it just a few months
Oh,
ago?
Uncle
look at
Ruckus
Grumpy
died. That's the one
Kitten.
that's sad. Screw
Yeah.
the stupid grumpy cat.
I can't believe there's footage of it as a kitten. Oh, right before it bites.
He was feeling.
That's adorable. All right, sorry.
Yeah, no, that's
Hijacking.
Oh, from a urinary tract infection. Ah, that's a bummer. That's
what-
it there, folks. Make sure you check your animals' spooter holes. You
Yeah.
know,
Don't do that.
Check the vulva.
check him out. He just had to go and check for an infection, and he's good.
Yeah.
And he's
I
now
showed
more,
my ass all
he
day.
is more prepared for an alien probing than any of us combined.
Well, not
Yeah.
now. I've had food.
But I'm just saying, you're up on the game. You're ahead of the game.
Can I tell you?
You know what to expect.
That stuff that you have to drink is
barium?
absolutely. It's absolutely terrible.
Oh,
Is it like liquid chalk?
I love it. I drink it every day.
Horrible. Your butthole.
Wait, that's different than Epicac, right? That's what makes you vomit.
Yeah.
And poop.
I wonder what would happen if you drank them both at the same time.
I don't know, but
Would you explode?
I think you would.
You'd become a
I think you
superhero.
would.
Wait, could you be going out of your? You could be. You have stuff coming out of both orifices. You might just do like a whole like rotation
You'd shoot spider webs from your wrist.
and never touch the ground. Maybe.
Hey,
Pretty
thanks
good
for tuning in to Two Clueless Dudes here at RadioVegas.rocks. We appreciate you. Make sure that you check out our website, twocluelessdudes.com. Also, the station, RadioVegas.rocks. If you don't have the app, you don't have music on the go, download the app. Make sure that you stay tuned. Die Laugh Podcast on Radio Vegas Rocks.